What's up, nerds? Welcome to the Omni4Game podcast, episode 70. I'm Sean. I'm joined with Chris and Brandon, as always.
What's up, guys? This week's Omni4Game recap. We go over our locals, as always. We do our EX8 review a little late, but it's here. And then we hit your guys' comment questions, so if you like this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you in the next episode.
All right, first topic, locals recap.
So, I was the only one to go. Brandon was out of country in his Turkish prison cell. Sean was also out of state. You know, he had someone make plans.
As well.
Yeah, he had someone make plans for him that he didn't agree with, like always.
I mean, I was okay with it.
Yeah, he was okay with this one. So, anyways, I got first place at locals. Round one, we had 10. I think we had 11 people. It was either 11 or 9.
Say what you were playing.
I was playing Digimon. Again, you're sleeping on it. I don't think it's a bad deck. It can be very aggressive. If you have just like a quick setup, boom, I'm going into Digimon for 3 checks, my guy.
It sounds very, very similar to Heavy Leomon from like this time last year. Like it's the exact same thing. It's like it even has Fortitude.
Yeah. I wish the thing with it, though, I wish both level... Because if I remember correctly, both level 5s for Heavy Leomon had Fortitude. Only one of the level 5s in this deck has Fortitude. And not only that, the major problem with this deck is the color. So I'll get into that later.
So it's a worse Heavy Leomon.
Yeah, I mean, it also doesn't have, like, D-Digivolve.
Ooh.
The fact that
It does, but not as much D-Digivolve, let me say that.
Yeah, the fact that the deck even touches the color green is usually the problem.
Yeah. So, round one, I got the bye because of AJ. Because Grayson couldn't sign... Or his phone was dead, of course. So he couldn't sign in from the app. And when I printed the pairings, I forgot to add him as a guest. Because I've never had to do that before, so I had AJ do it. So I'm sitting there, and he's creating the pairings. And round one, I was playing against someone, and then he randomly, after adding Grayson, randomly hit repair. So he gave me the bye, and he printed out those pairings. Whatever, I don't go Fridays to play. Anyways, so I get the bye round one. Very, very Brandon of me. Round two, I play against David, who's playing Omnimon. He's playing a pretty standard version of it, where he's like playing
all like 17 stuff.
Yeah, but he's also playing like what is it, EX4, like those Gabumons and Agumons.
Oh yeah, those are usually in most builds.
That's standard.
That's what I'm saying. So it was a very standard build.
They're the best searchers in the deck for the standard version because it doesn't bot deck anything and it grabs 2 pieces almost every time. So
yeah,
right. So I end up dropping game 1 to him, and then game 2 I just did. I think he bricked game 3. Unfortunately, I think he was like piece stuck. But that's how that Omni deck is. Sometimes sometimes you just won't see your pieces. Like I was doing the typical Dinomon, like go up the chain or go up the stack with my win attackings, and then just was like. Dinomon was easily clearing like 3 security at a time sometimes, and even if he like was to get rid of it, Fortitude would just come out, and then I'm clearing his bodies. Round 2, I played against Nature Spirits. I actually played that one pretty smart because I knew he had like level 6 aces, so I didn't answer some of his level 5s. 4, I also had to get lucky. There was like game 2, I don't think he bricked, but he was like looking for the Catboy. And he eventually did end up seeing it, and he like established a board, but I was able to clear it off pretty easily with Agumon Bond of Bravery and a Dinomon. So
you're telling me, right? Now let's follow the chain of events here. Nature Spirits beats Angels. Dino beat Nature Spirits. Therefore, so Dino is better. Dino better than Angels confirmed?
It managed to beat Angels in one game that lasted 45 minutes.
Oh, I'm just...
So
it's a lot. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just going to say I was smarter than Sean here. I knew he had access to D-Evo. So I would hard drop my Bond of Bravery.
I also knew that, to be clear.
So I would, because Robbie was sitting there watching, and he goes, you want to know how Sean kept, or no, he goes, you want to, what did he say? This was like 4 days ago. He said something. He made some kind of joke about how you ended up losing that game, Sean. About
got these scars.
Yeah. So, anyways, I was hard dropping my Agumon Bond of Bravery to clear his stacks because that's just how I played it. So, anyways, just notice I haven't said anything about a key card yet. I only go into this card against Ben in round 4. So, round 4, I get paired up against Ben, who's also undefeated. He's playing Beelzemon. Round 1, there's some shenanigans, some miscommunication happens, whatever. I don't think it affected the game too much, because even if there was I went into the new green black metal Tyrannomon. It has protection. Sean had just informed me it is a one digivolving, so I was supposed to tell Ben that, but there was someone else there standing there watching, talking, and I didn't communicate that to Ben. He tried to de-digivolve me with Beelzemon and attack into it, trying to clear my stack, so it wouldn't have fortitude to come back to clear his level 6. Anyways, there was some miscommunication. I had to tell him that it has de-digivolve protection. So I ended up winning game 1 because he decked out. He couldn't draw any more cards. Even if he cleared my Dynamon, it was going to come back, and it has an on play. It would just kill his stack, and then there's nothing he can do from there. So anyways, that's game 1. Now in game 1, I went into Medieval Gallantmon.
Okay.
And when I digivolved into it, he literally said to me, "Why are you playing good cards in this deck? If you're not playing Medieval Gallantmon in this deck, you're not building the deck right. It has to be your secondary level 6. It just makes too much sense. It's a very good card not to be playing, and it's also the exact same colors that's in the deck.
It's really strong.
Yeah, game 2 literally lasted 4 to 5 turns maximum. So I hatch, Digivolve, his turn. I promote. Digivolve into my level 5, swing, because it has fortitude, so I don't really care if it dies.
Yeah.
Swing, it survives. Cool. I play another Agumon, his turn. He keeps digivolving in the raising area and setting up in the back, mainly because I think he was afraid that if he promoted and did anything, I was gonna end up clearing his bodies. No, he did promote. I'm sorry, he did promote. So anyways, he does his stuff, digivolves, mills some cards. My turn. Hatch, Digivolve. Digivolve into Medieval Gallantmon. I end up clearing his body. His board. He had 2 bodies. His turn. He hatches, Digivolves. He's down to 3 security as well. I go promote, Medieval Gallant, Vortex Alliance for 3 checks, and then killed him. It was literally so fast he couldn't respond, and it was just like a non-game, really. Unfortunate. I'm not even gonna say unfortunately. I don't know if he didn't see his pieces or what, but it happened real quick. For him. So I ended up going undefeated. I've already got like a bunch of changes to the deck I want to make because I ran into some key flaws. I did the cardinal sin of running a red Tama and running the green search cards like Memory Boost and trainings, because I was doing the math. I have eight
that's the problem. That's where your problem
hold on. I had 8 level 3s that were green, and then I had
this went undefeated.
Yes. Again, this situation never came up until the final round against Ben in game 1, when I messaged you guys and said, "Oh great, I bricked." I literally hatched, and I was like, "I got to."
10 minutes later, you were like, "2 had been."
Yeah, and then I'm looking at my hand, and I'm like, okay, I don't have a level 3, and this is my mulligan tan. I was like, but I have a training, and I looked down, I'm like, oh no, because it hadn't come up all night, and I didn't even think about it. So the changes I'd make to the deck is I'm playing 4 of the, I think it's EX4 Agumons, and then 8 of the new Agumons, which all the new Agumons are green red and green purple. So that's why I was playing the green stuff, because that doesn't miss out on anything except for the Tamers and that Agumon. Yeah, and the Agumon Bond of Bravery. But I'm changing to the red ones, obviously for obvious reasons. And I'm changing the EX8 green purple Agumon to the starter deck Agumon that gives you 1,000 DP. And that way I won't miss out on
Starter
as
deck
many cards.
one Agumon?
Yeah.
Isn't there another Agumon that gives 2,000 DP? Not the one with if you're Greymon in the name, but
No.
Oh, you're right. Okay, that one. No.
It started at 7 when attacking plus 2k.
Yeah.
Okay, that one. I knew it was a starter deck one. That one. So I'll be going to that one.
EX4?
What, Sean? It's the red yellow Agumon, right? It's EX4.
Oh.
Where it's like if your opponent has a Digimon like gain a memory.
No, it's if you have a red or yellow tamer, gain a memory. So
Okay.
when I heard EX4 Agu, this is the one that came to mind, and I was like, but why?
Not that one.
Yes, they were both from EX4. I was just like, that's immediately where my brain went, and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. It's just the best one to it's the best one to play, the red yellow one. I think so. A lot of people are playing EX1 Agumon, which like when attacking you can search the top 3 cards of your deck and add a tamer and more Agumons. I'm like, no. Why would you? Yeah, I know, Sean, I don't know.
No,
Anyways,
I'm trying to remember what Agumon that even is.
it's the one with the altar. It's got like it's like the art from like the OG card game.
Oh, I never. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm switching to the one that gives you 2,000 DP. I'm sorry, not 1,000. 2,000 DP, so I can play all red level 3s. And I need to find room for X antibodies. I had forgotten until I started playing that when my Dynamon comes back with Fortitude and doesn't have sources, I remember the Heavy Leomon just tuck it so it can come back again.
What I say, it's literally Heavy Leomon Part 2.
Yeah,
for real.
There are already some changes I'm gonna be making to the deck to make it a little bit more consistent.
It'll
But
probably like top an event or something randomly, and then it'll just completely fall off because people are like, "Oh, this deck sucks."
Yeah, I mean,
I'm never getting caught off guard this deck again.
Yeah,
it's got some like random good effects, but yeah, I mean, I agree. And then a lot of people are playing the promo Mammy, the Mommy Tyrannomon or whatever, the level 5.
Yeah, the Crotchmon. The Taintmon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that card is, in my opinion, I just don't like it because Dynamon's got the effect of when it's suspended, your opponent has to attack into it.
Yeah.
Like, it's the only thing that your opponent can attack into while it's suspended. Now, the Mommy Tyrannomon has the effect of when one of your opponent's Digimon unsuspend this Digimon.
Oh, yeah, that's bad.
So it's kind of pointless when you possibly want to try and save yourself to have that redirect attack. So that's just me. I mean, maybe there's other plays and combos with it, but I like the 2 new Tyrannomon level 5 cards. I think that's all you need. One's got generic protection, and then the other one's extra aggressiveness. So and it's fortitude. So
sounds like it conflicts.
Right. Yeah, it was a pretty good night. We had a couple new people there playing. So Zach says he's gonna start coming.
Nice.
Now we know a couple. Like I think Zach. I think you guys know him. And then Mo. I don't know if you remember him, Brandon. But Mo from Yu-Gi-Oh, from like all those days back at home field.
Mo Bombo.
He was asking me for some cards to bring to locals because he's building everyone's favorite deck, Justimon. Yeah.
We have all the Justy X's if he needs them.
And Zach is playing Mostimon, so
valid.
Yeah.
I think there was one other person. David played. He played this week. That was the other person.
Anybody else from that group, like Spencer or any of them?
Spencer had work. He wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
man, dude, we might even special little insight for those who aren't in our group. We might actually start having a second locals every week. So you might get double the local recaps.
Yeah. Double the pleasure, double the fun.
Yeah.
So I took advantage of Brandon and Sean both not being there, and I got first place. My only real hurdle was Ben.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I'm just not gonna tell him what my stuff does. He'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's on me. My bad, Ben.
De-Evo that. You can't. Why?
You can't. Have you considered?
I let him. Hey, I let him take it back, and he just still couldn't get over it. It was like.
Did he actually take it back?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was because again I believe I mean good thing I did or he did because again I now know this was my fault.
Yes it was, but I was just asking because I know a lot of the times Ben doesn't like to take things back, but
yeah,
technically you withheld information. So
I also think it's because someone came over and started talking and interrupting our game and completely threw me off.
Distractions. Blame it on somebody else. Listen to that. No accountability for his own actions.
Just easier that way.
Accountability, buddy.
Yeah, right.
So yeah. Anyways, I want you guys to tell them what I sent in the group chat about after I built Dynamon. I said going to locals to get first place with Dynamon, and you guys laughed at me.
I'm still gonna.
You guys laughed at me.
And I did it.
It doesn't
do
count.
it this week. Do it this week when we're all there.
Yeah, do it again.
I will.
Take your new and improved version that doesn't brick with your red Tama and green trainings.
Incompatible searching.
I literally didn't even realize it until I went. I literally was shuffling my hand and I looked down and goes, "I'll just play a training to search out my level 3." Oh no! I literally audibly went, "Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no!"
Alright, so we are finally doing our EX8 review a little late due to holidays and nationals and vacations and whatnot.
All these are trash, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Starting off, we have Koromon. When attacking once per turn, if the Digimon has Tyrannomon in its name or the dinosaur trait, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less. Do you play this in Dynamon, Chris?
No, of course not. I play the good one that allows me to draw when a security card is checked.
Excellent. Yeah, this card sucks. Like,
yeah,
it's a floodgate popper, but why?
Yeah.
The only
I don't get it.
The only reason that thing could ever potentially see play is to pop the can't play by card effects, like floodgate, and that's it.
Yeah.
Even then, your level 5, your level 4, your level 6, all of those clear a body. Yeah.
It's dumb and
I don't know.
Redundant.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Yeah. Bukamon, when attacking once per turn, if you have 0 memory exactly, gain 1 memory.
Listen, we all gotta get together. We gotta sit down with Robbie, and we gotta tell him this card's bad.
Is he playing
Why would you play? Yes. In his Deep Savers deck. He's playing this one.
Why?
I don't know. I tried to tell him I liked the old Bukamon that when you play out a source you gain a memory.
Yeah.
That card is so much better in Deep Savers.
This card is trash.
Guys,
we're
missing the biggest plus side of this card. It has the Deep Saver trait.
Yeah. I said Robbie, that card's bad. He goes, "There's a reason we play this," and I'm like, "No."
What's the reason?
I don't know.
Yeah, it also has lesser in its traits, which is very fitting because it's
very fitting.
It's worse than I think any other Bukamon I can think of.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think
very
level
weird.
2s are lesser trait, but you know.
Yeah, well, you ruined the joke, Brandon.
I'm just saying.
Thanks, Brandon.
Ruined the joke, dude. Kokomon. When attacking once per turn, if you have other Digimon, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP for the turn. This actually isn't that bad, but there's not a deck to put it in right now.
I think this card would be infinitely better if it was premium DP neg. If it was premium DP neg, I could actually see people making room to play this.
On a level 2? Yeah, I would think so.
Dude, chill out. I don't even think you would play it even if it had a premium DP neg. Think of the yellow decks that we currently have. They're currently playing now. Cinderella's on a real deck, so scratch that if you were thinking of it. It's Angels, and then some people still play yellow-based Magna X.
Yeah, just doesn't seem like it's going to find a place yet, if ever.
This would have gone dummy hard in BT5 though with Lord Nightmon, so hard.
I mean, if this card was if this card was green, it'd be okay in bunnies.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they can still
Right.
use it in yellow, right? Am I wrong?
I don't think any of their Terriermons or Lopmons can Digivolve. Well, I guess like OG Lopmons, but none of the new ones.
No, there's
Doesn't some of them say they can Evo on top of Coco?
the Lopmon from the starter deck can be on top of this.
Okay.
But like then you're playing a yellow Tama with green rookies, and then
Right,
you're
with the green
probably
cards.
playing,
Yeah.
probably playing
pulling-
memory
you're
boost
pulling
that
a
you can't
Chris.
use. Yeah.
Yeah, you're pulling a Chris.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would give this a 3. This is actually, like, it's playable, but there's just not a deck for it right now.
Yeah.
Modimon. Your turn once per turn when any of your other Nature Spirits trait Digimon are played. If the Digimon has a Nature Spirits trait, this Digimon may attack.
Not bad. Okay.
I'm pretty sure they.
I mean,
just
it's
played
good,
with
it's-
Omni4Game still.
I think it's okay for the deck. I mean, I don't know Nature Spirits like that, so I don't know if you'd play this.
I've
Yeah.
seen some discussion, and I think everybody just agrees that the Wanyamon is still just the better Tama to play.
Does the Wanyamon draw cards?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
why.
Tumblemon. When effects trash this card from a mineral or rock trait Digimon's Digivolution cards, gain 1 memory. Was Caleb
Probably
playing
the most
Midimon?
usable of all
Yes.
of these, right?
This is probably next to the yellow one, probably the best one here, because of the fact that you can trigger this multiple times in one turn.
Because you can
because
tuck
you
it
can
again.
literally. Right, you can literally do your attack, activate the thing, fragment, blah blah blah. You can do it multiple times and gain. I've seen some people activate it 3 times in one turn, which is 3 memory gain. So it's like that's no joke.
Yeah, that's pretty strong.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I know we troll and joke on the Pyramidimon deck. It's not a bad. I don't think it's a terrible deck.
it's not awful.
I think it's like a very average, middle of the road kind of deck.
It's one of those decks that you take to locals. You'll have fun.
I
That's
think
what
this deck could win a locals.
Yeah.
If the right pilot is playing the deck, you could win a locals with it.
I would agree.
Yeah, I don't think you're taking it to an online event, but a
No,
local
I mean,
event,
it,
have fun.
it has access to stuff like Digivolve, and it can be very aggressive on the top end, and it's got pretty good search power.
Its issue is it just loses to removal that's not deletion based.
Yeah, it's a black deck, so yeah.
Yeah. It's like, bounce you,
Yep.
de-evo you, tuck you into your security.
Yep.
I'm just like, oh, okay. Guess
Okay.
I'll die. Demi-Marimon. When attacking once per turn, this Digimon has the Nightmare Soldier's trait by trashing 1 card in your hand. Delete one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon.
Ew.
I mean, I
Bad
don't think
card
they
is
play
bad.
this, do they?
Yeah. They just stopped giving purple good Tamas for some reason. They're like, they're not going to play these
Sure.
anyway. Who cares?
They said
Can
we
we
already
also
also
talk-
hard enough with Balmon.
Can we also talk about how Sean automatically goes to the border one?
Yeah,
Of course.
obviously.
He doesn't go to the.
That's
he
the
doesn't
only
go to
one
the
I
bad
see.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The other cards don't exist.
Yeah, they're not real, dude. Those are not tournament legal. You can't play these.
Honestly, I think the cards would all just generically look infinitely better if they already had that as their default like color scheme.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like the commons would look so much better if they were like that. Like they could just be not foil, obviously, if there's just a common, but I think full color borders is just the way to go.
Yes. Agumon. On play for the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 card with Tyrannomon in its name, or the reptile or dinosaur trait, and 1 Ryotaro Williams among them to the hand. Rest on the bottom of the deck. Inheritable your turn Digimon gets 2,000 DP. Someone pointed out that you can play this in Agumon because it searches your level 4s.
Yep.
So that
That's cool.
bumps this up a little bit for me.
I think it's the best level 3 for the deck right now. I mean, and 2,000 DP as an inheritable is also not really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention he is a heckin' chonker.
This one plus the level.
He is a chonker, dude.
Yeah,
Big ol' bell.
he is a chonker. This plus another level 4 makes your raid Tyrannomon X antibody like 10k, and sometimes that can clear out level 5s your opponents have on the board. So I did that a couple times Friday night where I was just attacking into their Digimon. So
And you're just
Could
like,
you
I
do
don't
it?
care if you have an ace.
Yeah, I don't care.
Like, you don't have it.
I knew my opponent's decks pretty well. Like I knew I was pretty safe. Like Ben doesn't play any level 6 purple aces. That would be very weird in Beelzemon.
Wheel Star Ace.
Yeah.
What?
The only ace that he could play, we don't have yet. We don't get until 2.5.
Right.
I mean, didn't he mess around with Lyotis, or was that in a different deck?
He did, but he's that's been cut for a while. But that's
Yeah.
there's just not room in the deck anymore for it. I like this Agumon though. I give this a 3. This is playable in some things.
Yeah.
Candlemon, on deletion.
That card is bad.
Gain 1 memory. Inheritable your turn Digimon gets 2,000 DP. This is a Nightmare Soldier card.
I think we said this when we first saw the card reveals, but it's like, man, this is a really nice 1.5 card.
Yeah, this is a
It's
really
just
nice
a
card
Guilmon.
that would have been playable a decade ago.
I get what they were going for with this deck, but when there's just such a better core you can play Nightmare Soldiers in, just like the top end, it's like, why even play these cards?
Yeah.
I'm upset they made the whole Meramon line just kind of mid god awful.
Mm-hmm.
Guilmon X, on play or when Digivolving, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Groundmon or Goutmon in its name, 1 X antibody linked to the hand, rest on the bottom of the deck. Inheritable your turn once per turn. When any of your opponent's Digimon are deleted, gain 1 memory.
Yeah, this card
Now-
is really good.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first X antibody searcher they have, right? The other X
yes.
antibody didn't search.
Yeah, it just deleted a 3K or lower, and it was only a when Digivolving, if I remember correctly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So this is the card we should have had back in BT7. Got it.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Yeah, no,
really
of
helps
course
the deck
it's
out.
good. I was about to say, of course it's really good.
The worst thing about this is the fact that it has the word X antibody on it, because it doesn't work with any of your warp effects or any of your effects that play Guilmons, because every single effect that references Guilmon is Guilmon brackets. It has to be Guilmon exactly.
Right. But I mean, they can finally do the cool thing that we could do in our versions, where we would go Agumon, search, Digivolve into this, search again.
Yeah.
So I mean, it really helps the deck, which is one of the problems it had. Is it had search cards, but not like enough. Like this just upped its
It
consistency.
had 1 search card that was worth playing. The other ones were bad. Like the
'Cause this says
BT12 when it just searches for the tamers. Like that's the stupidest.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
Because this card does say in name, right? So it can add like
Yes.
medieval Gallantmon.
yes, it can.
So
It can.
I will say the only thing that's like, since this is printed this far into the card game, I think I would have been okay if it would have also been add 1 X antibody or 1 Staccato. So you almost always guaranteed like a double hit.
I would have
Do you
been.
think that's too much?
I would have been okay with that. I think that would have been fine.
yeah, that might have been okay.
Because then you could grab the option or a tamer, or you can grab another piece of your line.
Yeah.
Like I think it would have been.
I don't think
pretty
that
sick.
would have been unfair at all. Yeah, this is
I
a
mean,
good
look
card.
at Gabu X. Gabu X, like, dude, he's searching.
Are you referring to the
And
card that's at
feels trash.
1 now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and we're like several sets past that. We can do it.
Yeah, I mean,
Gabu X doesn't need to be limited right now. Let's be real.
I mean,
What he doing?
yeah, this card's very, very good. And obviously you play it. It just sucks that it's not Guilmon. Meramon.
Yeah.
On play / on deletion, delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 DP or less, inheritable plus 2K on your turn.
Alright, it's bad.
Yeah, it's
bad card, bad.
terrible.
I will say, as somebody who is a ginormous Meramon fan, I love the art. I love the way it looks. But Jesus, can we please have a playable Meramon that wasn't
'Cause
just
that's a-
vanilla?
That's a Nightmare Soldier card, right?
It is.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't
Like,
I get why these all have like on deletion effects and stuff like that, but they're just so bad.
Yes, they
Yeah,
are.
like I actually pulled the full border Meramon, and I was like, "Sick! This is a really cool card for my collection." It's never seeing play.
Nope.
I just like it's pretty.
Yep. Tyrannomon. Security. At the end of the battle, play this card without paying the cost. Start of your main phase / when Digivolving, this Digimon gets plus 3,000 DP into the end of your opponent's turn, and heritable plus 2k on your turn. Did you play this?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I
Never got it. Never got hit out of security, of course.
How many did you play?
I think I play 3.
You got a full commit if you want that security.
Yeah,
I know. But the thing is, I also play
You gotta play 5.
I play the randomly like $10 EX something Tyrannomon that on play or when Digivolving. It costs 3. There's no way to reduce it outside of like trainings and stuff.
Yeah, of course it's a Tyrannomon card.
Yeah.
Right.
So it Digivolves for 3, and you can play any 3 cost or lower tamer from your hand. There is no restriction on it. You can play any color off of it, as long as it's 3 cost.
Is that BT11 Tyranno?
Maybe, yeah. No, it's not a promo. It's a rare.
Wow, I could look it up.
The art, he looks really goofy on it.
I think it's the BT11 one.
I think you're right. Yeah, BT11.
Yeah, BT11.
He's like randomly,
on player when Digivolving, you may play a tamer card 3 cost or lower.
Yeah. On Friday we looked up because Ben pulled out a bunch. Yeah, Ben pulled out a bunch of cards, and we were looking at some of the prices, and the Tyrannomon was like $10 on Friday, if not more.
The rare Tyrannomon was $10.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that up. I don't believe that.
Oh, well, BT11 is the set that the rares were more expensive because you only got 1 per pack.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't believe it.
Go ahead, look it up.
The pre-release copy is 17 right now. Market price is 8, but obviously, what's available is what's available. Dimensional Phase BT11 $3.
That's slightly played.
10. It was 10 Friday.
Probably
let's look at Prior Soul.
There was probably a buyout.
Yeah.
None actually sold for that amount, but they've... Well, actually, no, that's not true. They were actually selling for $10 about a week ago.
Thank you.
I need to go through my BT11 bulk and see if I have any of those or if I sold those like during that format.
Yeah. All right. So now this Growlmon, again, another very good card.
Growlmon X. Evo's on top of Growlmon for 0. Not Growlmon in name without X antibody trait. They could have thrown us a bone and given us that because the best level 4 for the deck is literally Black Growlmon, and you can't Evo this on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever, thanks Bandai. When Digivolving, draw 1 and trash 1 card in your hand. Then if Growlmon or X antibodies in this Digimon sources until the end of your opponent's turn, this Digimon gains on deletion. You may play 1 card with Gilmon in its name from your trash without paying the cost. Inheritable your turn once per turn. When any of your opponent's Digimon are deleted, gain 1 memory.
At least this one has the with Growlmon in name.
What?
So it can play back, or I'm sorry, Gilmon in name.
Oh yeah, well I would hope so. It literally got printed in the same set as Gilmon X. Yeah, this is the only card that references Gilmon that does say Gilmon in name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another pretty good. Yeah, another pretty good card for them to help cycle their deck.
I do like this card. However, the fact that you can't really play Black Growl in it at the same time. My first couple of drafts that I've been messing around with do not play this card.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Man. I mean, yeah, Black Growlmon is that good.
Yeah.
All right, you guys want to read a vanilla?
Skull Marimon. No effect. Inheritable security attack +1. Okay, anyway.
Why are we printing these cards?
Master Tyrannomon. Fortitude. On play / when Digivolving, may suspend 1 Digimon. Then if this Digimon is suspended, delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with 8,000 DP or less. Inheritable security attack +1.
I mean, yeah, I assume this is just your aggro level 5, right?
It is, yes. It's also the level 5 that has Fortitude, so you just swing with this one willy-nilly.
Yeah, you just YOLO.
You just turn them sideways.
Yeah, I mean, this seems good for the deck, but if you're not playing that deck,
yeah.
this doesn't... Like, this is...
Right. Because it's also, what, 4 to Digivolve, 3 on top of, like, Tyranno. Yeah. Most of the time you're Digivolving into this for 2.
You could play this in Greymon decks.
Yeah.
They are dinos.
They are dinosaurs.
Then you can maybe get that piece of trash Metal Gray X out, or Metal Greymon Ace out of there.
Yeah, you could.
Maybe.
War Growlmon X. Evo's for 4, or Evo's on top of War Growlmon for 1. When digivolving to the end of your opponent's turn, the Digimon can't be returned to the hand or deck and gets 3000 DP. Then if War Growlmon X antibodies in the Digimon sources, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 10,000 DP or less, inheritable security attack +1.
It's pretty good.
Oh, so this is just bounce protection, so they don't have deletion protection or anything like that.
Well, they want to get deleted with a lot of their stuff.
Yeah, they want you to delete it, which is really nice.
This is the best thing they possibly could have printed for Gallantmon. I know a lot of people were really excited about Gallant X, but like this is the card that they needed because they hard lost to blue.
It's 9 times out of 10. Like it's usually the level 5s that are like the piece that makes the deck great.
Yeah,
like the level 6 is usually good. It's like your finishing piece. You want it to do what like your deck wants to do really well. But then you get to level 5 and it's like, I'm your anchor piece. I'm the piece that's holding you together. So that's a really good level 5.
Yeah, also this card is literally a Digitama away from popping 11,000 DP megas.
Yep.
Which is Medieval Gallant.
It is Medieval Gallant. Dynamon.
Not there yet.
Security attack +1 and fortitude. On play / when digivolving, may suspend one Digimon, then delete one of your opponent's suspended Digimon with the lowest DP. Opponent's turn. While this Digimon is suspended, all of your opponent's Digimon can only attack suspended Digimon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good card. Very strong.
Yeah, I think we talked about it when it first got revealed, but just having a board state that just says you have to swing at me is hilarious.
I mean, it's similar to how Tyrant works, except for they actually redirect you.
Yeah.
This is
It's nice to have a Tyranno card that's actually playable.
It's not even a Tyranno card though.
You can say it, Sean. It's a good card. It's a good card.
I'm really getting a heavy Leomon, man.
Sean, this is Tyrannomon's actual line, though. I think, like Rusty is a branch off line.
Okay.
I think this is what Tyrannomon actually digivolves into.
Well, I'm pretty sure his original line is Tyranno, Metal Tyranno, then Rusty because he gets
and then Rusty. Well, I mean, like just the pure Tyrannomon.
So it's Tyranno, Master Tyranno, this guy.
Yeah.
This would be Tyranno if he didn't turn into a mech. This Tyranno just looks like he's made of lava.
I mean, it seems okay. I mean, what do you do to angels? Do you just sit there and cry?
Well, don't you have access
to most decks do. I
fair.
do have access to D-Evo, but it's a level 5 that's green, black. So if I switch the red search cards, that card's not getting added. That's, again, the problem with this deck. And that's why I initially had the green ones, because the green cards added
so, like,
more.
what if Sean comes and brings angels?
Yeah, well.
I mean, after you're running rough shot on our whole locals with this deck, you know, maybe we got to act up and we got to show up with angels again.
I do have access to no raid. I mean, I could like try and raid into your Digimon.
Yeah, dude.
And then be
turn
like,
your card sideways, attack me. It's safe.
Burn your security.
Yeah, let's just let Cherub see what he has to say about it.
I'm popping that level 5. What are you talking about? Kill it all. You're never gonna see Dominimon. That's in my scenario. Dominimon's never hit the board.
I cut all 4 of them to the bottom of your deck. I win this game. Scoop it up.
Exactly.
Sean goes, okay, there's a Dom in my security. Cool. Hard play Magna Angemon. Evo into Dom. Chris goes, oh man, did you see that? Sean goes, looks back and Dom's just off the board. That's how Chris wins.
It's like it disappeared. He ran off.
What? Yeah. What were you doing? You were evoing into something, right? Out of your security?
You were doing something.
How did it?
This deck seems like it's okay, but I felt the same way about Heavy Leo, where I was like, oh, maybe it is decent, and then it wasn't. So
I think it's just decent. I think it's like just a average deck.
Okay. It's a locals winning deck.
Yes.
Crabmon.
Fair.
On play, one of your Digimon gains blocker until the end of your opponent's turn, inheritable jamming, because they needed that.
And it's a Deep Savers card.
Imagine if it actually gave your opponent's Digimon blocker.
It'd be so funny.
And then, like, the rest of your deck was like, it forces blocks.
Interacted with blocking, yeah.
Yeah. That would actually be kind of funny, but no, just...
Yeah,
anyway.
It's collision, but without the force to block thing.
It's just another level 3 with jamming that just has a generic effect up top. Like, let's be real here.
Yeah, who cares?
I think it's an okay card. I think it's good for Deep Savers. Nothing else, though.
What should we give this guy as an inheritable? Let's just put jamming on it. Okay.
This Gomamon's so cute. So adorable. They're just loafing around.
On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with the DS trait and 1 card with the Sea Beast or Plesiosaur trait among with the hand. Rest on the bottom of the deck. Inheritable when attacking. Once per turn, if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, draw 1.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, pretty good.
I guess you play this in Deep Savers.
Yep.
I think you can actually also play this in his own Goma deck, just because he does search Sea Beast and Plesio. So you can use this in his own deck too, which is nice.
Oh.
I mean, they're going to keep printing out this Goma. They're going to keep printing out this Plesiomon line. And they're going to hope something makes this deck okay.
Robbie has this this core. Maybe he'll bring his Plesiosaur tribal deck again to locals because of this.
Maybe. Well, I think this week he's playing this deck. The Ice Queen deck.
It's on a deck. Penguinmon. Your turn. When this Digimon would Digivolve into a Digimon card with the Ice No trait, reduce the Evo cost by 1. And inheritable when attacking, give one of your opponent's Digimon security attack -1 until the end of their turn. That is so bad.
I despise these level 3s that are like, oh, reduce my cost by 1. Like, 9 times out of 10, they're just like... You're just almost never getting the effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dolphmon does Evo for 1, who cares? Inheritable when attacking once per turn. If you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, draw 1.
But Sean, this is why the Bukomon is so important. If your opponent sticks you to 1 memory, you promote your level 3 Digivolve into this and swing, and then you gain the memory back.
Obviously, dude, they're...
How couldn't I see the play?
Yeah, they're planning ahead for when they get choked to 1 every turn while they lose. Seedramon, when attacking once per turn, gain 1 memory, inheritable jamming.
See, at least that one. This
one doesn't have stipulation.
Right, exactly.
I mean, you're attacking with a level 4, but yeah.
Yeah, but if it's like... Yeah, if it's like turn 2, your opponent has promoted anything, you're getting a free check-in with jamming.
Is it free?
It is, yeah. It's super free.
Who said you have jamming in the sources?
9 times out of 10 with these decks, you have enough blue level jamming.
I mean, this guy right here doesn't have jamming as an inheritable.
Doesn't mean we're playing it. Yeah. This is Seedramon. Remember, this is Aegisramon, guys.
Yeah, this is DS, so is the Gomamon.
Yeah, you play the Gomamon and the Crabmon in Deep Savers.
Yeah.
Okay, bad deck is bad, alright? Just keep going.
Correct. Frigimon. Iceclad. On play / when Digivolving. Trash the bottom 2 sources of one of your opponent's Digimon. Then if your opponent has no Digimon with sources, gain 1 memory. Inheritable when attacking. Give one of your opponent's Digimon security attack -1 until the end of their turn. Man, I hope I hope Robbie plays Caleb playing Pyramidimon with this deck and just gets destroyed because these are all mandatory effects.
That'd be funny.
Evo here? Oh, what does he do? He strips sources. Oh. Okay, so blow up your stack. Okay,
yeah, kill that stuff.
Start over.
But I have Iceclad. This is so stupid. Polar Bearmon, also Iceclad. On play / when Digivolving. Trash any 2 sources from your opponent's Digimon. Then one of your opponent's Digimon with no sources can't suspend or activate when Digivolving effects until the end of their turn. Inheritable, your turn. While your opponent has no Digimon with sources, Digimon with the Ice Snow trait gains piercing and security attack +1.
So, this card's actually pretty good for Hexplow.
That's on a deck, though. That's just like a side mega.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just Hexplow.
Okay. Alright, so this entire archetype blows. Moving on. Mega Seedramon, also DS. On play / when Digivolving, one of your opponents... where am I getting opponents from? One of your Digimon unsuspends. When attacking once per turn, if you have one or more memory, one of your opponent's Digimon can't suspend until the end of their turn. Inheritable, when attacking once per turn by placing one of your other Digimon as this Digimon's bottom source, this Digimon unsuspends. I now know why they have that Tama, because of this guy's stipulation here. You have to have one or more memory. He's like, I'm at 0 though. How do I fix this? Oh yeah, I'm playing this Tama. God, dude.
So bad.
So bad. All this condition, like, since when do we put conditions on archetypes, Bandai? The entirety of last year was like, do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want.
Everything's broken. Who cares?
Corrected real hard.
Yeah.
Galaxy's out there like... every other deck spent, yeah.
I do all of this for 2 memory, yay!
Yeah, they're doing reverse power creep is definitely not gonna help sales, because like
it's like we've said this before, but it's one of those things where instead of people playing the new cards, they're just going to stick to the old cards.
Yes.
Because the new cards aren't going to do anything.
Yeah, there's no incentive to build these decks because these decks are all worse than basically everything we already have.
Yup.
The only thing holding this set up is the 2 secret rares.
For real.
Waymon, on play / when Digivolving, you may place one Digimon card with the DS trait from your trash as its Digimon's bottom source. Okay, end of attack once per turn, you may play one play cost 5 or lower Digimon card with the DS trait from this Digimon's sources without paying the cost. Inheritable, your turn, this Digimon's attack target can't change.
Oh man, I can't wait for this to wombo all over Machine Dramon for 1 week.
Yep.
We all laugh about it and then it never comes up again.
Metal Seedramon Ace, let's go to the SP.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
On play / when Digivolving, Devo one of your opponent's Digimon, then return one of their play cost 7 or lower Digimon to the bottom of the deck. All turns, while you have one or more memory, none of your opponent's Digimon can suspend. This is actually one of the best cards in the set. There's not really a home for it because Deep Saver sucks.
I mean,
this
maybe
is a good
you could
card.
try playing this in some type of Dark Masters deck.
Right? It doesn't have the Dark Masters trait.
Oh,
yeah.
They were like, hey, no archetype support for you.
No fun for you.
Yeah.
Even without it, they still played Vikemon. I mean,
you could still play it in there.
Because, I mean, technically, no, because none of them specified name. They all specified trait, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I mean, you could still play.
You're talking about like those. Are you talking about those level 5 searchers?
Yeah.
Well, level 5 searches.
I think
they search level 6s. Don't
they search level 6s. It's the
6 and higher's.
It's the things that play things for free. Those, I think, it has to be a Dark Master.
Care.
Yeah.
You can still play this though. It just the fact that it's a Metal Seedramon's irrelevant.
Yeah,
right.
It's a good level 5 or level 6 ace. At
Yeah,
that point.
it's a really good card.
Yep.
Like, it answers other level 6 aces.
Well, it also says you can play out a 5 cost or less from its sources, right?
No, it does not say that.
Oh, that's the Waymon. That's the Waymon. Jesus. Never mind.
Yeah,
I got my cards mixed up.
This is
It was
why
a long day.
Long day.
It was a long day.
Yeah, so far I think this is the best card we've come across, if I'm not mistaken, like, just generically. But still, like, I don't really know what you put this in.
Yeah.
Plesiomon. When Digivolving, you may play one level 4 or lower Digimon card from this Digimon's sources without paying the cost. Your turn once per turn. When your Digimon are played or Digivolve, if any of them have the DS trait, 2 of your Digimon may DNA Digivolve into a Digimon card with the DS trait in the hand. Then that DNA Digivolve Digimon may attack. Say Digimon 3 more times, please.
Right. Hey Digimon. Anyway, I mean, this card's at least pretty good for the Aegisramon combo, right? Like,
yeah,
it's kind of his whole
this
point.
is a 4 of. This is a 4 of.
This card says the word Digimon 6 times in the effect text. Yeah. Whatever.
This is that and the Metal Seedramon are the 2 level 6s for Deep Savers.
This is how you wombo combo.
Yeah.
Okay. Skibbity Toiletmon, Ice Clad, and Barrier.
Okay.
That's actually a pretty good combination.
Ugly Digimon.
Yeah, this thing is hideous. When Digivolving, you may play 1 yellow level 4 or lower Ice No trait Digimon card from your hand without paying the cost. For each of your opponent's Digimon with no sources, add 1 to this effect's level's maximum. When Digivolving / when attacking once per turn by placing 1 Digimon with no sources as the bottom security card this Digimon unsuspends, you can do that to your opponent's Digimon.
Yep. That's pretty cool. Does this deck have any protection? Did we read the level 5 already?
No.
Ice Clad and Barrier are this card's protection effects.
Okay, cool. So I can't wait to bot deck this. Go ahead, Robbie, bring it. Omnimon's is gonna be staring at you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna bot deck this to unsuspend. Miraculous Mega Knight.
Yeah.
Eat a bag.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay, I guess I'll die. Aegisramon. When Digivolving, return up to 14 play cost total worth of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of the deck. If DNA Digivolving, you may play up to 12 play cost total worth of DS trait cards from this Digimon sources without paying the cost. All turns, while you have 1 or more memory, none of your DS trait Digimon are affected by your opponent's Digimon effects. While you have 1 or less, none of your opponent's Digimon can activate on-play effects.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that's a nice effect.
That is a very strong boss monster.
Ben literally says he cannot play 7th grade Demon Lords against this.
Yeah, you literally, if they just hard drop this guy, you lose immediately.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I literally can't out that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very strong.
So, well,
a big
you
boy.
have 1 or less. So, if it's on my side while I'm facing this down, my on plays are turned off. But as soon as it goes onto their side, they're unaffected by Digimon effects. Okay.
Yes.
That is how it reads.
All right.
Yeah, so aces don't do anything to this deck.
Yeah.
Like, no.
No.
15k booty is real difficult to deal with, too.
Yeah, what Ben would have to do is he would have to play a level 5 and have enough memory left to then evo into one of the 6s. Probably Creepymon, assuming this is the highest. I mean, this is probably... It'd probably have to be something like Leviamon. But you'd have to have...
Feels the evo it by that point?
Well, they would hard drop this. He'd have to have enough memory to be able to evo into Leviamon and still maintain turn. But otherwise, Leviamon's effect wouldn't do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it would have to be the turn they hard played this guy on him. He would have to immediately have an answer that turn, or he probably just loses. Tapermon. All turns, your opponent can't gain memory other than by tamer effects. Hey, 4 years later, Yellow finally has memory blocker.
And it's a vaccine.
It's a yellow vaccine. All of the floodgates for yellow are vaccines.
Boo!
Shout out Bandai. I don't think this is necessary in the current meta, but
It's nice to have it, though.
when it is, it will be nice to have one.
I mean, you can play it against Mirage.
You really
They're just
can't.
gonna bounce it.
Yeah, I was
They're
like,
just gonna bounce it. Like-
the deck that it's best against, they literally just have play so many cards and just get rid of it because they have to play around those cards.
Well, I mean, if
You're right, Brandon. You
can.
You can play it against Mirage.
You can put it on the field.
You're not
Yeah.
wrong.
And against the Galaxy version, don't they have the level 3 that could get rid of it, and a level 4?
And there's no level 3. No level 4 either. They would have to delete it
With the level 5.
with the level 5. That some of them don't even play.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're going against the Galaxy version...
The Galaxy version is way weaker to floodgates than the pure Mirages.
Yeah.
Like, you can touch yourself way harder, but you lose that much harder to floodgates because you don't have, like, a bunch of in-engine outs to them.
Yeah. Okay.
Renamon X, on play / when digivolving, return one option card with plugin in its name from your trash to the hand. Inheritable your turn once per turn. When you use an option card with a use cost of 2 or more, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn.
I think this card would have been better if it wouldn't have been restricted to plug-in, if it would have just said return one option card.
That would have been broken.
Yeah, they need it.
Return X antibody.
That would have been so
return
good.
training.
Yes, that would have been so good.
Scrambles. Return all that stuff.
Good thing they didn't give it to him. Let's go. Good job, Bandai.
Return blinding rays. Like, why not? Like, let them... I mean, they need it. Why restrict it to plugins?
Didn't you just say this deck is going to be meta competitive next set?
Talmon Loop. You don't even play this in that, Brandon. You don't play any, like, real bottom engine in Talmon Loop.
Yeah.
You know what people are playing in the Talmon Loop? The red bottom with Ukos. Just for the consistency.
This is like the ancient over again. Just the red bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so dumb. Okay, proceed.
8mon. When attacking once per turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn inheritable. This card is unplayable garbage. Moving on.
Filler.
And that's why I'm playing the Dark Animal package in Nightmare Soldiers.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That's terrible. The fact that it's a vanilla is just so ridiculous.
The fact we're still getting vanillas. It's 2025 now, guys. Get with it.
Yeah, come on, man.
Also, the fact that it got a full border and some of these other cards didn't is whack.
Well, it's because
the other cards that aren't full border either have an alt art or are rares.
Yeah.
Not Tyran. Oh, that's what I'm saying. The Tyrannomon, even though it's a rare, I wanted a full border.
Unfortunately, they're just not doing that to the rares.
I know.
I agree, though. I mean, this card doesn't deserve a full border. They could have just taken that one out. No one would have said anything. Pumpkinmon, on play / when digivolving, return one card with the Nightmare Soldier's trait from your trash to the hand. On deletion, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4,000 DP for the turn. Inheritable, on deletion, recover +1.
You can also DNA, right?
Yeah, it can DNA a yellow level 4 and a purple or red level 4 for 0.
Okay, I guess.
Still bad.
Yeah, whatever, man.
I like the art.
You can play this in Dynas.
You can't play this in Dynas, you're right.
It's a data.
Not wrong. You do be a data.
Mammothmon. When digivolving, you may play one Nightmare Soldier's trait Digimon card with a play cost of 3 or less from your hand without paying the cost. On deletion, give 2 of your opponent's Digimon security attack -1 until the end of their turn. Inheritable, when attacking once per turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4,000 DP for the turn. Mad trash, awful.
So bad. Can you imagine? Could you imagine me like, alright, I digivolve into this, your opponent's like, what's that do? It's a level 6, it's gotta be good, right?
Plays this Tapermon from my hand for free.
Yeah, not level 6, I'm sorry, level 5. Oh, it's gotta have a good effect, right? I just play this Tapermon from my hand.
Be careful, if you out this Mammothmon, I will minus security attack on 2 of your Digimon for the turn. God. Wait, hold up. Oh, is this like a box topper alt art? Because this is the same card.
No, it's a card.
Oh my god, it has a border. Okay, I see it now.
Yeah.
Now
you can barely tell it's like up here. There's
Yeah.
This card's version of a full border is they just gave it a full art with slight border up top.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I actually think this card's like okay if you run it at like 1 or 2 in Deep Savers.
I don't believe you, but okay.
Alright, let's see. Security. At the end of the battle, give 2 of your opponent's Digimon security attack -1 for the turn, then add this card to the hand. All turns while you have 1 or more memory, none of your opponent's Digimon can activate when digivolving effects.
Oh yeah, this is the pseudo floodgate we were talking about.
Yeah, you can play this in yellow like actual yellow vaccine, not angels.
Right. You can play this out from underneath Aegistramon if you like DNA using it, and then you pretty much have that lock where it's like, hey, you can't do on plays and you can't do when digivolvings and stuff. You know?
So you go Venus, Matama, this guy, and you're just like, extend handshake? Question mark.
Yeah.
Good game. Your opponent let you do that to them? Yeah. No, extend handshake.
Yeah. Despite this guy being called Marine Angemon, it is not an angel, so you cannot play this in. I mean, you could, but you wouldn't play this in angels.
Sean's always looking. He's always looking.
Oh yeah, dude.
And not appeal for it. Just like back in the day, every single time there was two things Sean would do. These are the classic Sean moments. Is it a warrior? Can I play it off Lord Nightmon? And can this go in my Greymon tribal deck?
Yes.
Those are his two memes.
It's yellow. Is it a warrior? No. Okay.
No. Okay.
Skull Mammothmon. When digivolving, you may play one Nightmare Soldier straight Digimon card with a play cost of 5 or less from your hand or trash without paying the cost. On deletion, recover +1. Wow.
For level 6? Wow.
Anyways.
That's impressive, guys.
Sakuyamon X Antibody. When digivolving, if Sakuyamon or X Antibody is in this Digimon sources, play one Uka no Matama token, which is a yellow 9000 DP Digimon with Rush. Your turn, once per turn, one of your Digimon attacks, and you may use one single color option card with a use cost of 5 or less from your hand without paying the cost. If this effect used, one of your Digimon unsuspends.
If this Digimon effect used, that's so funny.
Yeah.
I get they didn't want to like type out if this Digimon card used an option card with this effect, but like, funny phrasing.
I actually pulled this one out of my box.
I don't think it's awful. I just don't think it's very good.
Yeah, I mean it's just more Sakuya.
Yeah, it's a Sakuya card.
Yeah, it's just a Sakuya card.
Yeah, you know, Sakuya's
doesn't get played in Town. Yeah, it doesn't get played in Talmon loop, so
yeah,
not very good. So this is the Agumon that I'm cutting from my version to add another red Agumon. So.
Wow, you cut the black one? That's crazy.
Yo, it's 2025.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yo, our president got inaugurated on MLK Day. Thoughts?
He saved TikTok. Crazy.
Dude, my wife and her friends were like complaining about it because they all like are addicted to TikTok. And they were like talking about being super sad about it. And then like the next... Like, it got cut off at, like, 10 or 11, and by, like, noon the next day, it was back up. And I'm like, man, you guys didn't even have to suffer.
Everyone was talking about going to some Chinese app called Red Note.
Yeah.
Red Note, yeah.
People literally went out there and learned Chinese for this app.
They pulled a John Cena, just full-blown learn, like, Mandarin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's funny. Anyway.
On play, you may suspend one Digimon, inheritable Retail.
So why were you even playing this to begin with? Retail, maybe? Like, is that it?
Yeah, come up.
I don't even... If I was building this deck, I don't even know if this would have made the first cut. I want to be real.
Yeah, I don't know why you would want to play this. This card sucks.
I mean, the idea is it has Retail, and if they have to attack into your Dinomon, you know, to kill it. But also, there's no real other good green Agumons. There's one that searches, but it can only add, like, Tamers, I think. It's the one that has Taiga on the card with it. That's the only other green Agumon, and I just figured this one would be better than that one.
Mm. You know, I just realized... Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, this is about what we were just talking about. E has just sent me a fact, because she's listening.
Okay.
People went to Duolingo, learning Mandarin went up 250%.
Yep. I told you.
Do people have crippling addictions to social media?
The lengths they went to.
God. I was gonna say, I just realized that this Agumon also can add Agumons. You can search other Agumons.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's definitely a 4 of an Agumon. Oh no, where'd we go? Okay. Yeah, this card sucks, Chris. I don't know why you played it. Tentomon. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with the Insectoid trait and 1 card with the Nature Spirits trait among them to the hand. Put the rest on the bottom of the deck. Inheritable your turn, plus 2k.
It's what Nature Spirits needed, another searcher. I don't know why it's green. My whole deck is just so many random colors.
Mm-hmm. Kabuterimon. On play / when Digivolve, you may suspend 1 Digimon. Inheritable, your turn, plus 2k.
Okay. That one is...
Even see play?
I think... I don't know.
Do you play this in Tyrant?
Dante might have been playing this, I don't know. In Nature Spirits.
My problem is with the Inheritable, it's your turn.
Yeah.
If it was your opponent's turn, yeah, this might see
Or
play
even
Tyrant.
all turns.
No,
Yeah.
because if you did that, the Kuwagamon would lose price.
He's got me.
Got you there.
He got me there. He's not wrong.
Dark Tyrannomon. On play / when Digivolving, suspend 1 of your opponent's Tamers. Then 1 of their Tamers can't unsuspend until the end of their turn. Inheritable retail. Oh no.
Oh no, don't play this one.
I can't unsuspend my Tamer. Whatever will I do?
Yeah,
like
you don't play that one.
Yeah.
It's like whenever you're playing against Eosmon and they have the Tamer that tells your Tamers they can't unsuspend, and you're just like, okay.
Okay.
Too bad I'm playing a bomb deck.
Yeah.
That Tyrannomon is for the poor people who couldn't get Tyrannomon X on release night.
Release night.
Mega Cobb. Fortitude. All turns, while Digimon is suspended, it gets 3000 DP. Inheritable. All turns, once per turn, when Digimon deletes your opponent's Digimon in battle, trash their top security card.
Well, that might not be too bad in Tyrant.
Blue rookies with jamming and green level 5s that say when you delete an opponent's Digimon in battle, trash their top security card.
Don't read the next. Don't read the next.
I already saw it.
Dude, I've made this joke before. It's just like whenever they don't know what to put as an inheritable for a green level 5, just slap it on there.
Yep.
Just do it.
Metal Tyrannomon. On play / when
hold on. Real quick, Sean. Okay. There is officially enough level 5s of different kinds with this effect. With Cyborg in its trait, you can play 5 in Machine Dramon, attack over 1 opponent's Digimon, and trash all 5 security. Just know that officially now there are enough.
I don't like that.
That's hilarious, but stupid.
It is hilarious.
I feel like eventually they might have to ban that Machine Dramon just because, like, it's gonna limit card design.
We're gonna hit an event horizon where it's just too much.
Yeah, you have too many
Can you
options.
imagine? You have all 5 of those, and then you have the one card that gives collision.
Oh,
no, it gives
collision.
or that one. Yeah, or that one, and you just attack into them, and you're like, all right, trash all 5 security.
Well, it's only 4 at that point. You gotta, because you can only take 5.
No, I'm just talking about like just imagine you in this scenario you had like 5 and like the collision or the Metal Greymon.
You tucked extras. Yeah, you
got extra. I guess you're already into Chaos X and you're tucking stuff.
Yeah.
That's so stupid. Bet you won't build it.
Yeah, bet you won't. Bet you won't. I don't have Shadow Seraphis in my deck. You won't.
Yeah, you're right. I won't.
Angemon attack.
Hit him where it hurt.
On play / when Digivolving, you may suspend 1 Digimon. Then if this Digimon is suspended, de-evo 1 of your opponent's Digimon, and until the end of your opponent's turn, their effects can't return the Digimon to the hands or decks, or affect it with de-Digivolve effects. Inheritable, all turns, once per turn, when the Digimon deletes your opponent's Digimon in battle, trash their top security card. Control C, Control V.
So this was the card that I went into against Ben, where I was supposed to tell him I had de-evo protection, but did not because we were being talked to.
Yeah, whatever. This card's actually decent. It's just it's green and black, so like.
Yeah.
That's again the problem was when I built the deck, I put the green ones in because I had more greens and more important cards that were green than red.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, because the green dual color memory searchers are green, yellow, and blue, green. Am I remembering that right? No, it's green, purple because it's great, right?
No, I think you're right the first time.
Was it green, yellow?
I think it's green yellow.
It's the Terriermon one, so yeah, I think it's green yellow.
Yeah, it's purple green, I think, as well.
I'm gonna look them up real quick because yeah, you couldn't even play one of the dual.
Oh, it's green. No, I think it's green yellow. No, I can't remember now.
So just give me 5 seconds.
I think it's literally I think it's purple green, and then green blue.
Okay, so we have the green one itself is green blue.
Yeah, and then the purple one is purple green. I'm pretty sure.
Is purple green. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are the only that interact with green.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Anyway, Hercules Kabuterimon Ace. This is actually the card I lost to playing against Dante, because he played like 2 or 3 of these in that turn that he popped off on me, and this is what let him keep
pulling turn back.
Yeah, he kept pulling turn back, and this is what let him touch my entire board.
How did you play against this?
It was legal.
Oh, this was like, how did you get access to this card early?
I was dog.
It was the day the set came out.
I was here the Friday that the set came out.
Oh, that's right. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. I forgot I played Ragna the set release night.
Yeah,
okay.
And just you blocked it out of your memory because you had such a
I erased that.
Yeah,
you're right.
Like, this never happened. Oh, I forgot there's an
I
SP.
didn't get touched all night.
Yeah. On play / when Digivolving, you may suspend up to 3 Digimon. For each of your opponent's Digimon, this effect suspended, gain 1 memory. That is the effect right there that I got touched by.
That's just eating on Angels.
All turns once per turn when Digimon suspends until the end of your opponent's turn. One of your Digimon gains piercing and plus 3k. It was literally the fact that he was playing this guy out from the Catboy, and it was suspending my stuff and just keeping turn, and then he would just do more stuff and then kill one of my aces.
That's what Robbie said. This is Robbie's like, you want to know how Sean kept getting his turn stolen? This card, because he did go into this on me.
Yeah, I think he played like 2 or 3 of them in that one turn.
Jeez.
And now for something completely different.
Callusmon. When Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers, and then return one of their suspended Tamers to the bottom of the deck. Your turn for each color in this Digimon sources, it gets plus 1000 DP. While your opponent has no Digimon with as much or more DP as this Digimon, it gains piercing and security attack plus 1.
Notice how this card is
DNA, right?
DNA. Yeah, it's a DNA and has no when DNA Digivolving effect.
Yeah.
I think you play this. Isn't this
it's not Nightmare Soldier card.
Yeah.
Yeah. NSO.
I mean, it's got some pretty cool effects. I just think it doesn't have a home.
It doesn't. It doesn't deserve one either.
It's never gonna have one.
These effects are extremely mid, and they're about like 2 or 3 years too late.
Well, I like Tamer removal. I mean, but that's like the only good thing on it.
It is.
This is something where if you pulled it in pre-release, you'd be like, nice.
Yeah, if we had a pre-release for this set, this would actually be one of the better cards.
Yeah, too bad this is an EX set and doesn't have one.
Yeah. Gatsumon. On deletion, by trashing 1 card, the mineral or rock trait in your hand, draw 2 inheritable blocker. Do you play this? I feel like you wouldn't.
Yeah. No, the bottom end right now is
feel your trash.
Is this Gatsumon X and the Sonorizamon, that one, that searcher.
Yeah, but it's an on deletion. Like, they couldn't even give it an on play.
It doesn't matter in the deck. They just throw that out there and let it die. If it dies, it dies. If not, you're using this to digivolve in the Gatsu X.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Sonorizamon. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with a mineral or rock trait and 1 card with the Liberator trait among them to the hand. Put the rest on the bottom of the deck. Inheritable. When effects trash this card from a mineral or rock trait Digimon sources, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 4 or less.
I could be wrong. maybe another reason they play that one because this is a new type. Do the other Gatsumons, are they minerals?
They're rocks.
They're probably
Are
rock.
Yeah, they're
This
all
one's
rocks.
a rock.
Or rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Nice
Sun and
little
Rizumon
rock.
has a rule trait treated as mineral, but Gatsumon is just a rock.
Okay.
It was a big rock.
He is, dude. Landramon, when digivolving, if you have one or fewer tamers, you may play one close from your hand without paying the cost. Inheritable, when effects trash this card from a mineral or rock trait Digimon sources, delete one of your opponent's Digimon that play cost of 4 or less.
I think the promo Landramon obviously is much better than this. I mean, this is you play this so you can play your tamers for free, obviously, but
Seems like the market
promo
agrees with you.
yeah, the promo one is much better. I think it's ridiculous that card is as expensive as it is, especially since it's like a participation card. Like you literally just have to show up to locals and enter, and there's a chance you pull this card.
Yeah,
Yep.
I ripped myself off when I gave that to Caleb.
I did not, because at the time he gave me like 2 or 3 Tyrannomon X's, and he said we'll figure it out later. And then I gave him the Landramon card, and I'm like, hey buddy, guess what? You made out on that deal. Like at the time, it was a fair trade at the time, but now like over time, like he made out on it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give it a couple weeks. I'm sure the price of that thing's going to drop
yeah.
once more start getting in circulation.
We'll see, dude. People
That's like saying the Magnamon from the one with the armor purge that or the Magnagaru that came in that tournament pack. That's like saying that's going to be like $15 card. Like, come on.
Yeah, but that deck sucks, and this deck is at least like moderately playable.
Yeah, fair enough. They kneecapped that deck immediately by making it 4 different colors.
Yeah.
Sad.
Golemon, on play / on deletion, de-evo one of your opponent's Digimon, inheritable blocker.
It's not too bad.
Okay. I don't think you
It's
play
probably like it.
that.
I mean, it's probably like your 3rd level 4. You know, the one you play 2 of.
I'm sure I'd find a better option.
Yeah. Gogmamon. Blocker. On deletion, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 mineral or rock trade Digimon card with a play cost of 5 or less among them without paying the cost. Trash the rest. Inheritable. Opponent's turn once per turn. When one of your opponent's Digimon attacks, you may change the attack target to this Digimon.
That's
See,
good.
now, here's my thing is, though, if I was to play this deck, I almost kind of want to play the old Gagamon, because it's more proactive instead of...
I think that's what people do play, is the old one.
Yeah, I think so, because you can Digiburst.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can trigger your effects on your turn, like this upcoming, or the Landramon, the promo one, is a de-Digivolve effect when it's trashed. So you can actively do that instead of like reactively sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah,
I can see why people would.
You have the ability to tuck your own cards under it, so like being able to Digiburst is actually pretty solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I sold my event pack Gogmamons, I think, for like $20 a piece.
dang, so you made out.
And I got them for like less than $1.
Yeah, they were not good.
Because it was unplayable.
So-
Because Digiburst was dead.
Yep.
Digiburst was dead. Yeah.
Proganomon, Collision Piercing Fragment 3, which means when the Digimon would be deleted by trashing any 3 of its sources, it isn't deleted.
What?
Inheritable when effects trash this card from a mineral or rock trait Digimon. De-evo one of your opponent's Digimon.
How does this do against bot decking?
It doesn't.
Thoughts? Thoughts?
It just takes it. It sits there and takes it.
Yep.
Like a good little rock.
How does this deal with getting bounced to the hand? Thoughts?
It just takes it.
All right, Sean. When are we building it?
Cyberdigimon X Antibody. When Digivolving, if Cyberdigimon or X Antibodies in this Digimon sources, you may place 1 option card with a device trait from your hand or trash in the battle area. When Digivolving by trashing one of your option cards in the battle area, de-evo 2 one of your opponent's Digimon. Inheritable when attacking once per turn by trashing one of your option cards in the battle area, trash your opponent's top security card.
I like all of those. I like all those words you just said, except for all those times when you said you had to trash one of those option cards. I'm sorry, you mean bricks?
Yeah, it means you have to play the bricks in order to get this guy's effect.
I forgot this is when we started having to deal with the device stuff for Justimon.
Yep.
Yeah, this is when it actually starts to become kind of relevant.
Yeah.
So sad.
Bancho Golemon, blocker. All turns while your opponent has a Digimon with 13,000 DP or more, this Digimon gets 5,000 DP. On deletion, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 mineral or rock trait Digimon card with a play cost of 8 or less among them without paying the cost. Trash the rest.
Bad card's bad.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, for real.
Justimon X looking like Iron Man over here. Rush, Piercing, Security Attack +1. When attacking once per turn, activate 1 when Digivolving effect of 1 Digimon card with Justimon in its name in this Digimon's sources as an effect of this Digimon. End of your turn once per turn. If your opponent has an unsuspended Digimon, this Digimon may attack a player. What a weird stipulation.
Yeah, that's really weird.
I mean, I kind of get it because they have like Excel kick and stuff like that where you play a Justimon, pop something on the opponent's board, but then like how do you evo into him after that? Or do you have to, maybe you play him off of that effect, but then you're not getting, yeah, because I'll double check, but I think it just says Justimon in name, because all of them have stupid little extra names.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, they'd have to say that for any of them to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Justice Kick. Okay, so reduce cost by 1. You may play 1 Justimon in its name. Yeah, without paying the cost, of course, but it's a 12 cost option. Like, Jesus.
It reduces by 1 for every Black Tamer you have in play, I believe.
Oh my.
Oh.
It's like Glorious Burst.
Yeah, and then it deletes a Digimon with a play cost or less of whatever you play.
Sounds awful.
Sounds bad.
Speaking of, Paramidimon has Fragment 3. When Digivolving / when attacking by trashing any 3 sources with the mineral or rock trait from this Digimon, this Digimon unsuspends and gains Security Attack +1 for the turn. End of your turn, once per turn, you may place up to 3 cards with the mineral or rock trait from your trash as this Digimon's bottom sources. Literally a Digiburst card.
Yep. It's a Digiburst card that actually reloads itself.
Yeah, so you don't even need to see the Tamer for this guy to put him back in.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's an alright card. I mean, you can get in a bunch of checks in 1 turn with him, so...
You lose to a few different types of removal, but yeah, you have protection versus a couple.
I mean, thoughts on DP Neg?
Well, that would be on deletion, unfortunately. But, I mean, he still dies. You trash the cards to protect him, but he's still dead.
Yeah, I mean, they're still getting their, like, effects, but yeah, you're still dead.
Mm-hmm. Like, Fragment 3.
Fragment? Fragment? Just keep... Fragment?
Fragment?
How many sources do you have? I got 9 more. Nah!
Just let it die.
Fragment?
Syakomon. On deletion, draw 1 and trash 1 card in your hand. Inheritable when attacking once per turn. Delete 1 of your opponent's level 3 Digimon.
No thanks.
Okay.
I guess. Maybe they need to pop floodgates. I don't know. Demi Devimon. On player reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with the Nightmare Soldier's trait and 1 card with the Fallen Angel trait among them to the hand. Put the rest on the bottom of the deck. Inheritable when attacking once per turn. Draw 1 and trash 1 card in your hand.
You can technically play this in Lucemon. I mean, you wouldn't, but you could. Search as Fallen Angels.
No, they're not.
They're not? I thought at least 1 or 2 of the Luces were Fallen Angels.
Some of them are angels, the rest of them are demon lords.
Damn, never mind.
Unfortunately, none of them
Fallen Angel then?
Dan Devimon, and a Phantomon Fall Down mode, Lady Devimon. Basically, all of the Devimons, like level 4 and higher, are Fallen Angel. And Mephistomon, I think, is a Fallen Angel as well. But yeah, surprisingly, the Lucemon Chaos modes and stuff are not Fallen Angels. They just got promoted to Demon Lords immediately.
Yeah, I guess. If Blue Samon had a level 4, maybe it would be a fallen angel.
Could be. Speaking of guess, Guessamon. On deletion, gain 1 memory, inheritable when attacking once per turn, delete one of your opponent's floodgates.
Yep, okay, cool. BT 1.5 looking card.
Yes. Devimon, this is a fallen angel. On play / when evolving by trashing 1 card in your hand, give one of your opponent's Digimon. On deletion, trash 1 card in your hand until the end of their turn. Inheritable when attacking once per turn, draw 1 and trash 1 card in your hand.
God, these cards are so bad.
Myotismon. When attacking, you may play 1 Nightmare Soldier's Trait Digimon card with a play cost of 3 or less from your hand without paying the cost. Your turn. Once per turn, when your Digimon are played or Digivolve, if any of them have the Nightmare Soldier's trait, 2 of your Digimon may DNA Digivolve into a Digimon card with the Nightmare Soldier's trait in the hand. Then that DNA Digivolve Digimon may attack. Inheritable when attacking once per turn by deleting one of your other Digimon. This Digimon in suspense.
Now, this one's actually pretty okay, because it lets you go into the Bolt Out on, right?
Yeah, it lets you, like, wombo into them. But, like, you have to...
This card's pretty nasty in the Dark Animals Nightmare Soldiers deck.
I'll take your word for it. I haven't seen this deck in action.
At least this one's playable. I'll say that.
Yeah, you definitely will play this, yeah, because it lets you actually combo into the 7.
Okay.
Marine Devimon, this is a Deep Saver card, has Scapegoat. When attacking once per turn, if you have 1 or more memory, you may play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon card with the DS, Mollusk, or Crustacean trait from your hand. Sorry, from your trash without paying the cost. Inheritable. On deletion, you may play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon card with the DS, Mollusk, or Crustacean trait from your trash without paying the cost.
Ew.
This is another reason why you're playing that Tama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So dumb, dude. Alright, this Piedmon Ace art, this SP goes dummy hard. I love this art.
Such a good card.
This one I hate so much. This, like, watercolor.
You don't like that one?
Mm-mm.
I like both.
I like... This one looks beautiful to me. Maybe if I saw this in person, but the scan looks really hideous to me.
Okay.
On play / when Digivolving, activate the effect below 4 times. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn. All turns once per turn. When other Digimon are deleted, you may play 1 level 4 or lower Nightmare Soldier's trait Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost.
Yeah, okay. Bolt Baudemon the card. You know, just
it's a good card.
Yeah,
just
I wish it
here
were,
to make Bolt Baudemon.
I wish it were better. I mean, this guy literally, like, took out a bunch of Digimon.
Raymon, Metalgurumon.
And he's like, I'm gonna minus 2k on something 4 times, or any of your Digimon.
Yeah, I wish it was at least 3, because then at least it could hit like 12k.
It could hit megas, yeah.
It could hit megas, yeah, crazy, right?
Then it'd be this card's actually decent.
Yeah, the obvious reason why they didn't do that is because Bolt Balmon also does like 6k to the whole board, so... Yeah, it's whatever. I don't know. Dude. I agree. Let them have it.
Barbamon X. When Digivolving / when attacking, once per turn, your opponent may trash 1 card in their hand. If this effect didn't trash, you may play 1 Fallen Angel trait Digimon card with a play cost of 7 or less from your trash without paying the cost. All turns once per turn when your opponent's hand is trashed from, if Barbamon or X8 is in this Digimon sources, trash your opponent's top security card.
Okay. I mean, what do you play this in? Demon Lords?
No, you do not. You don't play this in anything. This doesn't go in a deck.
Okay.
Yeah. This goes in your binder, and you look at it sometimes.
Yep. You pull this, and you go,
bummer.
Maybe next time.
Pirate's Life for me. When Digivolving, D-Evo 3, one of your opponent's Digimon. And for the turn, all of their Digimon get minus 6,000 DP. Then if DNA Digivolving, you may play up to 10 play cost total worth of Nightmare Soldier's trait Digimon cards from your trash without paying the cost. All turns once per turn, when other Digimon are deleted, trash your opponent's top security card.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Nice little top end for the deck, I guess.
Yeah, I think this guy's just good generically because, like, if you're not playing Nightmare Soldiers, you don't care about DNAing into this guy. If you just hard evo into him, you get, like, basically the full effect as far as you're concerned.
Yeah, I mean, all you're getting is to play cards from trash. And his generic first effect is already good enough where it's like, I don't care.
Yeah. And it potentially, because of his, like, weird, wacky DNA combo.
This in Angels.
Yeah, you can play this in Angels.
Take a shot every time Sean says that.
Hey.
That's at least 2 shots.
Minimum. Ryutaro, start your main phase. If your opponent has Digimon, gain 1 memory. Your turn, when one of your Digimon with Tyrannomon in its name attacks by suspending this tamer, that Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon card with Tyrannomon in its name, or the dinosaur trait in the hand with the Evo cost reduced by 1.
Do you play this, Chris? I'm assuming you at least play a couple, right?
He mentioned it. You definitely play some, don't you?
You have to play 4.
Okay, because you got to see it, just like Taiga and OG Tyrannos.
I mean, it's the only tamer I play. I don't think you should play the Taiga, but that's just me.
Well, I was just saying, like, because of how expensive everything is, like, you have to play something like that.
Well, not just that. It's the when attacking, so you can literally go from your 4 to your 6 with the right line. So, or if you have like 2 of these on the board, you go from a 4 to a 6. It'll cost a lot of memory, but all you're doing is when attacking, and then you're at Dinomon.
Yeah. Suzune Kazuki, start your main phase. If your opponent has Digimon, gain 1 memory. All turns when your Digimon are played or digivolve, if any of them have the Ice No trait, by suspending this tamer, trash any one source card from one of your opponent's Digimon. Anyway,
I don't care how big those mommy milkers are. That card is bad.
It is bad.
It is bad.
Then we have Close. Start of your turn, if you have 2 or less memory, set it to 3. Your turn, when any of your Digimon digivolve into Mineral or Rock trait Digimon, by suspending this tamer, place up to 2 cards with the Mineral or Rock trait from your trash as that Digimon's bottom sources.
Yep.
That's just really good for the deck.
Yeah. It's what
I think this is one of those.
needed.
Yeah, I think it's one of those cases where this card is actually better than the promo they gave us, because there's also the promo Close.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 3 cost. I think this one's just widely considered to be better.
Yeah. I mean, this effect, like, a deck that's a functionally a Digiburst deck, like, this is very good for it.
Yep. Man, when we were opening this set, I think it was Caleb was looking for this card, and he was like, "Do you have any Close?" And I was like, "Do I have any what?" He's like, "Close." And of course, I'm not thinking.
Yeah.
I'm just like, "Close." What
I'm wearing them.
About? It took me like 3 attempts to understand, like, oh, he's asking for the tamer. Bro,
like,
it was.
Do you have any tamers with the name Close on them?
Do you have this tamer that has a word as a name?
For all we know, because I haven't seen this, her name is Close. Have we considered that?
Oh yeah, Close. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
He's not wrong, folks.
Yeah.
And, folks, where's the lie?
Deep Savers. While you have no face-up security cards, you may ignore this card's color requirements. Security, all turns while you have 1 or more memory. Oh my god. None of your DS trait Digimon can be deleted in battle. Main, add your bottom security card to the hand, then place this face-up card as a bottom security card. Security, you may play 1 level 5 or lower Digimon card with the Deep Saver trait from your hand without paying the cost.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I remember watching... I can't remember if it was your game, Sean, or something. It might have been your game against
Dante. It was.
When he put this in his security, he actually physically tucked it in. And maybe it wasn't against you.
It's not this one, Brandon. It's the next one.
He was playing this.
Well, I'm talking about, like, just these cards in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when he had the card in his security, it was physically tucked in the security.
Yeah.
And that gave me the ick.
I mean, it goes to the bottom of the security. What do you want him to do?
Yeah, but when I played Bees, I kept them separate just so you could actually read it. I don't know. I just thought that was more clean.
So against Dante, this actually came up. Because he had a Digimon in Raising, and my Dinomon was checking 3 security, and all he had was the 3 security. So he had 2 face down, and then this one, and I'm like, no way in hell am I swinging at your security, giving you a free body, and then you're going to promote and DNA me. I said, no, sir. That is not happening. So, like, I had to actively try and play around this card. It was pretty tough. It was a pretty tough one.
I can imagine. Nature Spirits. While you have no face-up security cards, you may ignore this card's color requirement. Security all turns. All of your Digimon with the Nature Spirits trait gain alliance. Main, add your bottom security card to the hand. Then place this card face-up as a bottom security card. Security, you may play 1 level 5 or lower Digimon with the Nature Spirits trait from your hand without paying the cost.
I mean, it makes sense that they would give this alliance because the deck plays out like a bunch of bodies off their effects.
It does indeed.
So I guess the next logical step would have been like, hey, let's give it alliance to give it a little bit of aggression.
Yeah. Fun fact, it's not a cost to add the top card or the bottom security to your hand. So, like, if you have 0 security, you can activate this and tuck it.
Oh, that is cool. Nice to know.
Yeah, this is the same wording as, like, Blinding Ray.
Nice.
Oh, that is true, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. You can just use this as a generic recover one if you're in a dicey space.
Because it doesn't say buy.
And a free Digimon.
Yeah, and a free Digimon when your opponent inevitably checks it unless they have one of the 15 Metal Tyrannomon level 5s that trash security.
It's not even Metal Tyrannomon, it's just green. Green level 5.
Well, we have more than one Metal Tyrannomon that does it.
I know, I'm just saying.
This card... main, by trashing 1 Digivolution card of one of your Digimon with the Mineral or Rock trait until the end of your opponent's turn, that Digimon gains Collision, Piercing, and Reboot. Your opponent's effects can't return to hand or decks, and he gets 3000 DP. Security effect, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest play cost.
So,
Caleb has to be inside of an option card.
Caleb actually activated this on me and said the proper wording, per usual, because we all know he plays all like the option cards and stuff that go in the decks, and then he knows all the pronunciation for it. It was pretty funny. He like activated. I said, "What? What?"
It's like, you heard me.
Did I just have a stroke? Were those words?
You know what I said. Nightmare Soldiers. Same thing. Ignore the cost if you have no face-up security cards. Security. All turns. All of your level 4 or higher Digimon with the Nightmare Soldiers trait gain Scapegoat. Main, add your bottom security card to the hand, then place this card face up as the bottom security card. Security effect, you may play 1 level 5 or lower Nightmare Soldier's trait from your hand without paying the cost.
Yeah. I mean, I think we all agree the Nature Spirits one is probably the best of the 3, right?
I like this one because it has Scapegoat.
I think Nightmare Soldiers is like generically like... Mm-hmm. Forgetting what each deck actually does, being able to just give your entire board Scapegoat is pretty strong.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, because Scapegoat is what, protection against deletion, right? Like you can delete something else. No,
I think Scapegoat's just protection, period, from leaving.
Yeah, I was gonna say from anything, right? From leaving the board.
Let me just double check real quick, because now you have me wondering.
Western.
It'd be tricky to Google this. Move. It's just deletion, yeah.
Yeah, when this Digimon would be deleted, other than by one of your effects, by deleting one of your other Digimon, prevent that deletion.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like battle and deletion effects. So like you can't protect against, against bouncing and stuff. So I mean, I still think that's still better than nothing.
Yeah.
So
I like that better than basically jamming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7th Jewelerize. Trash. Your turn when any of your Digimon would Digivolve. When any of your Digimon Digivolve into Barbamon X, by returning this card to the bottom of the deck, activate this card's main effects. Main, if your opponent has 5 or more cards in their hand, they trash 1 card in their hand. Then delete one of your opponent's level 7 or lower Digimon. For every 3 cards in their hand, remove 1 from this effect's level's maximum. Security activate the card's main effect.
Man, we finally found the card. We finally found the card that can put Heavy Metal Dramon in his place.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
It's like Bandai forgets that you draw cards for playing the game.
Yeah, like what is this, Yu-Gi-Oh? Where like card draws a premium? Like, no.
Dude, these cards in like the Devimon archetype would be like broken in Yu-Gi-Oh. Anyway, Gallantmon X. Evos for 4 on red, yellow, or blue. Otherwise, 1 on Gallantmon specifically. When Digivolving / when attacking, if Gallantmon or X antibodies in the Digimon sources, until the end of your opponent's turn, the Digimon gets plus 4,000 DP, and one of their Digimon gets minus 4,000 DP. When Digivolving / end of attack, once per turn, delete one of your opponent's 10,000 DP or lower Digimon. If this effect didn't delete, trash their top security card and this Digimon unsuspends. All turns while you have 0 or less memory, this Digimon isn't affected by your opponent's Digimon's effects.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of what the deck needed, right?
Pretty good.
I would argue it needed the Wargrowlmon X antibody more than this card, but this card still is pretty decent.
It's still nice that they got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this card is very, very good.
And then moving on to, I think, my favorite art in the set.
The real card of this set.
Yeah, the real winner.
The reason you're buying the set.
Yes, Medieval Gallantmon. When this card would be played by suspending 2 Digimon, reduce the play cost by 4, so he's a 7-drop. Alliance and Vortex, which is pretty broken because he effectively has Rush. When Digivolving, you may suspend 1 Digimon, then you may delete one of your opponent's 8,000 DP or lower Digimon. For each other suspended Digimon, add 3,000 to this DP deletions effects maximum. So, the way he is worded, he does not count himself.
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
It's basically like Cherubimon Ace. He's counting everybody else.
Yeah, because he says for each other suspended Digimon.
Yeah. All turns, once per turn, when Digimon are played, you may activate one of the Digimon's when Digivolving effects. He obviously sees himself played, so you on play and then you trigger his when Digivolving. After suspending 2 things. Suspend a 3rd.
And then attacking.
Yeah.
So, hold on, Sean, you like this art more than the other one?
Oh yeah, dude, this one is beautiful.
That one's really good, but I like the other one too.
If this one gets in the realm of affordable, I will actually buy these. I like this art so much.
Yeah. This one's way better.
Right now I think they're like $350 or something, which is, I'm not feeling that, but like if they get under like $150, I'll probably buy them.
See, I like this one too, though. This one goes extremely hard.
It does look nice, but there's just something about this art that I just think is so sick.
Yeah, it's definitely like very hollow. It's like very Halloween to me. It's like the green and like the moon behind them.
I really wish this wasn't the SP.
Menacing. Yeah.
If this were just the regular alt art, I would have bought these already.
Yeah.
Like, this makes him legitimately look menacing.
Yes.
Like, he's about to come get you.
And that's what's happening if you're playing against a deck that plays things. Because he's like, do something. Please play something. I'm going to blow stuff up on your field.
So, my final rating for this set is...
this guy's a 5, by the way. And the Gallon X is a 4.
Yeah.
Really? You don't think it's a 5?
Three and less.
Absolutely not.
No, it's not.
Really?
No.
I think it's good.
You could build Gallantmon without even putting this card in the deck still.
Okay.
Yep.
I
playing this guy though.
Yeah. I think this set is.
I'd say like a.
I don't think it's the best. I want to go like 2 or 3. Like, I think it's got like a bunch of decks that people like want to play, like pick up and play. But I think the thing is, you need, like, there are better ways to build the decks without using
most of the cards.
Yeah, like Deep Savers, for example, isn't even Deep Savers. Like with Aegistramon, people are playing the fish build that has like the what's that level 5 called? The Huangku or something like that.
Huangkunmon, yeah.
Yeah, they're like playing that build with like a couple of Deep Saver cards. Nightmare Soldiers, the best deck or for that build is the Dark Animals. Pyramidimon is the only one where it's like I need to play everything in this because, you know, like again, the only one. Gallantmon it's just like one line that you're just kind of putting back into your Gallantmon deck to make it better. So like,
Yeah.
if Medieval Gallant's not in this set's not good.
If Medieval Gallant is not in the set is a 1.
Yeah, like this is literally reminds me of like back in the day with like EX1, where everyone was buying that set because of the Machine Dramon.
Yeah, Analog Youth, Machine Dramon.
Yep.
And Ice Wall for about 2 weeks.
Yeah, Ice Wall before Nationals. That was it.
There were there were like 3 cards in that whole set. We were like, oh, I gotta get in this one. It feels like the same. I want Medieval Gallantmon, I want Gallantmon X, and then like one other card.
Yeah, this is literally EX1, like the sequel.
Yeah, like literally on the night of release for this set, there were already cards that were like $2.
Yes.
Yep.
Which is crazy. Like that's not normal.
Yeah, you know it's bad when a super rare comes out the $2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's
extremely disappointing set.
Yeah, it's a very average set. Like nothing blows you out of the water. So.
Yeah. Like this is definitely, so EX7 was similar, but I think there were more playable things that you could take out of that set than this one. But yeah, EX7 was also like kind of hard garbage as well.
Yeah.
They were like, we need to dial back the power creep. Let's just make this terrible.
Like it's got decks that people are like excited to play. Like I genuinely think people want to play the Tyrannomon deck. They want to play Pyramidimon, Deep Savers, and Nightmare Soldiers. But like there's just better builds for them.
Yeah, like, and there's better decks to play as well. Like
right, yeah.
That just
goes without saying.
Yeah, it's Copium the set. Like that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's extremely disappointing. Underwhelming, all of the adjectives. It's just bad. Do better, Bandai. It's a set full of pack filler. Like the entire set is pack filler.
Agreed. But Medieval Gallantmon.
But Medieval Gallantmon though. Thank God I pulled one out of my box, dude.
I was able to trade for my second one the night of release. I can't remember what I had to get rid of, but I'm glad I picked it up. I knew I wanted at minimum 2 leaving that night.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick up a couple more, but I'm not sure what I'm gonna play them in just yet, but I do want to get some.
If the rest of my cards come in this week, Sean, I probably won't be using him. So if you need to borrow mine this week, you should be able to.
Okay, I appreciate it. I'm debating on what I want to put for the member only vote this week. Like I think one of them is gonna be Magnex DNA, just because it's still gonna be there until it wins. It's gonna be one of the options.
Yeah.
And then
Don really wants to play his Magnex guys. He has them now. He wants to play. He's got all alt-arts. He wants to play them.
That's right.
And Gallant.
I really don't think it's going to be Gallant this week after testing with Ben.
Agumon again. New Agumon.
I mean, I could do that, but I don't know if I want to do that so soon. The other thing I might
play it again.
The other thing I might do is the deck that I was talking to you about, Chris.
That
stepped away.
That deck is a mess.
That might be kind of fun if I can figure out a list for that. I think that might be the other option. All right.
That deck is a hodgepodge. It just throw it all in there.
Yeah, it's all green. Just go in there.
All these cards are good, right? Let's put them together.
They're good.
Yeah,
cards.
this is here. This is here. What if
we just good stuffed this?
Now, is there going to be a situation where you have this guy, but then you have the other guy, and you don't there's no interaction there, you know, with your level 4s, and you got the wrong color, maybe, but
No. I don't think you
That'll
heard me
never
talk
happen.
about what I'm talking about, Brandon. I think you stepped away when I was
isn't not
talking about.
isn't what you showed us on the before the pod?
No.
Oh, it's something different.
Yeah, it's something different. Although that also is on the table. Those cards would have to come in the mail though, because I ordered all those before I went on the cruise, and they still haven't come in. So we'll see.
So we're talking about the secret sauce that I guess I might have missed.
You did miss it. I think I've sent it to you guys, but I was talking to Chris about it whenever you stepped away.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah,
Dang,
it'll
feeling left out. Be like,
depending on what comes in. I mean, you stepped away. It's not my fault. Depending on what comes in the mail, it might be one or the other.
gotcha.
We'll see though. All right. Comment questions. Justin, 8238. Keep up with the great Digimon podcast. Thank you.
Thank you.
We made it past into the 70s now.
We did. We're on
Now it's
70.
another 99 or 100 episodes until 169.
That's correct. Not a fan. 5573. Angels. I fear no man, but that thing. Mesoamerican Catboy just being cute and catboyish has no idea what's going on. Angels. That thing scares me.
Scary.
Yes, unfortunately.
Uh,
RDD48. The most important episode. Now let's wait for the classic banless one. By the way, I kind of feel disappointed with the product lineup they released. First, for the way that new info would be a lot better than the recap they gave on the Bandai stream. Also, we get LM6 like a product, but not LM5. Not so unified. On the question, what kind of alternative format do you think Digimon can implement? Highlander kind of flop, and they didn't bring the Popper event Japan got on BT19. But seeing the Gundam card game, I hope they still do 2v2 / free-for-all model, like they take mechanics of Digi to One Piece.
I mean, I think the one I like the most for alternative formats was kind of like Highlander, where you're stuck to one copy per like card number. I think that's pretty cool. I think the only other limited card game format I thought was interesting but never actually got to physically play, so I don't have any experience with it, was the color limit, where they said, oh, you can't play multiple color different cards. I think that was kind of interesting, but I guess a lot of people didn't like that one.
Isn't there some kind of format people are trying to get off the ground called Eden? What exactly is that?
I've heard about it. I don't know what it is though.
I think that was
do you have any idea?
I think that was the Popper format. It's just a different word for it. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong.
Oh, okay.
If one of you guys in the comments knows what the Eden format was, let us know.
Yeah, I have seen
I've
it.
heard it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't remember for sure if that's what it was or if it was something different.
I don't know where we're at, so.
I mean, I personally love the 3v3s. I think that's like super awesome to do.
I mean, but at the end of the day, it is just a 1v1, a 1v1, and a 1v1.
Yeah.
But you just tally it together. But it's a nice gimmick to have.
Yeah.
I think a 2v2 where both players are actively playing at the same time in the same game against each other would be cool. That
would be interesting.
How do you set up like?
Yeah, how do you do that? Because it's obviously you can do that in Yu-Gi-Oh because there's no resource system, so whatever you have in your hand you can do. But
whatever's going on is whatever's going on.
Yeah, in a game with like a finite resource system like what we have, I'm not sure how that would work.
Imagine the way I could imagine it is you and your teammate share the memory. And say so if we're playing 2v2, it's me and Brandon versus you and Ben. So say I'm going first, then you would go. Like whatever memory I gave you is what I give you. You would play whatever. Brand would go whatever memory you give him, and then Ben would go, right? So I'm imagining we also share the board. Say we have more security. Like I have 5 security. Brandon has 5. But let's say I promote an Agumon, Brandon can Digivolve on top of my Digimon as well, but he would draw instead of I would draw because it's his turn.
Steal your Digimon? Oh, that'd be
right. You would share Digimon. you could build your decks to where like
I think you would have to, right?
Yeah, you'd have to.
Imagine you rock up
The Omnimon deck. The Omnimon deck would be crazy. Yeah.
Okay,
but like
my miraculous night, we're set up.
we could also
set up.
we could also do it like in the 3v3 where you can't play more. Yeah, you can't play multiple of the.
That's what I was thinking. You can't play more than 4 of any card. That's what I was thinking.
Right.
Okay. Bro, are we cooking? Do we need to start? Have people already been cooking? Has this been a thing? Or are we just like making something that's already been made? Like,
Josh gave us a brief rundown of how the 2v2 worked for Gundams because he like played it after he dropped from the tournament. But I did not retain any information he said to us about it.
You were there for Digimon, and you had to make sure all brainwaves were used for Digimon.
Well, when he was talking to us about it, it was literally after day 1.
Oh, so all brain juice expired.
I didn't have any brain to retain that information. I listened to him, but I just don't remember what he said.
It'd be so easy too, like to know how like who's going to win because like you sit across from the person that's going next, you know, and then it would go diagonal, you know, like
it would just be like a boom, boom, boom. It'd be an N shape, just, and then it would.
And then you just pick the person you're attacking. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you know, like both of you can target
them.
Yeah, like both people can like target like one person or something like that. You know?
Yeah. I mean that sounds
same thing for free for all. Yeah, free for all would work the same way. It just because like the thing is, you don't have to worry about like win attack order or anything like that because nobody's going to be able to promote unless you know like Louis Uko kind of shenanigans until you go back to that initial first player.
And then I think the thing with Ace is
how it already like works. So
yeah, I think the thing with Ace is too like would you allow the next person like
who can blast who?
Is it only the person that is going directly after you can ace, or are we allowing both players?
I think either player, because that A adds more jeopardy, which is fun, and B is broken as hell and is more fun.
Yeah.
Like imagine rocking up and like this is gonna be so stupid. Like Robbie's playing Pulse, but the person next to him's playing Fenriluga, and being able to use his trash to grab like the Kazi for the Tamagotchi.
I mean, I feel like in this scenario, no offense, Robbie, he's just getting hard carried by the Takamikazuchi player.
Most likely. But I was just trying to think of like a DNA deck that also can work as 2 separate decks.
Yeah, I mean, but the Pulsemon deck doesn't actually work, though. Let's be real.
yeah.
I feel like the thing with the Omnimon,
you just had to get a dig in.
Yeah, you could play Melga and War Greymon, and that would make sense. But separate. Yeah, I think it'd be hard to find a different one.
I mean, there's enough. Cool. There is enough Pyldramon or Imperialdramon cards to where one person could play Vmon and the other one could just play Stingmon.
Play Stingmon. That'd be so dumb.
That's so.
There is enough Pyldramons
There's no
out
reason
there
to do that though.
No, there is enough Pyldramons out there. One can play the OG starter.
You're literally watering down both of your decks. You're just making both of your decks worse.
Yeah, right. No, but I think that'd be cool. Like, imagine the type of format that would create. Like the type of combo decks you don't think would actually work together, but surprisingly.
Purple. We'd have to ban purple. Could you imagine 2 purple players and they have access to each other's trash?
Ooh. How about? Yeah. Would you have to implement a rule to where like your primary color has to be different, so you both can't rock up with just purple?
I mean, at that point, you're putting too many restrictions on it.
Yeah, you're gonna make it hard to deck build. I was imagining an Angels player playing next to a Mastamon player. I think that would be interesting.
That'd be cool.
Demon Lord player playing.
Ben takes your Dominimon, and you're like, no, Ben, no, and he's just like,
no.
Mastamon.
Mastamon's a level 6 DNA.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's it called? Ordain.
Yeah, Ordainmon is what would take my Dom. Ben would never be so foolish as to DNA into Ordainmon with a Dominimon.
Then
I know, but it would be funny.
Just play the one in your hand during your turn.
He just takes it and he's like bringing it across the mat. He's like, no.
Who are you?
No,
and
no.
what have you done with Ben? Drink some water.
Here, you looking a little thirsty.
Yeah, you're doing stupid
Put
stuff.
your hat back on. I think
I
2v2 would be hella fun though.
agree. Crimson 35124 questions for the next podcast. Sean said in his recent Angels deck profile that he thinks Imperial would be less relevant going forward. Can you elaborate more on why you think this is? Also, how do you guys think the meta will shift with the EX8? Is the Gallantmon hype real, or will it fall flat in the West like Lord Nightmon sort of did?
How will it shift? Barely.
Go ahead, Sean. You go first.
The reason why I said that is because it already has fallen out of favor. Like, it's not anywhere near as popular as it was 6 months ago, and it's going to continue to have worse matchups be introduced. Like, if Pyojimon or Imperial plays against like a Paramidimon deck, they kind of get touched a little bit.
Yeah,
like,
strip my sources.
Yeah, if they ever tap their dual tamer, they just get blown out like real hard. And that deck sucks. So, and the deck is just high roll or lose, and there's just going to be more and more good decks introduced to where like it's just not going to be good enough to where it's going to be super popular.
Yeah, I think the Magda deck is more popular than the Imperial Jamon is now.
It is.
Yeah. And then what was the other part of that question?
How is that meta going to be shifting for EX8?
Yeah, is Gallantmon hype real?
It ain't.
I think the Gallantmon hype is real. People are very excited for this deck. I think it's going to be that deck where everyone plays so much of it that it is going to see results because of the amount of people playing it. Yeah, and I think people stopped playing Lord Nightmon because I don't think the deck was bad. I just think that like people who were playing it discovered that Purple Hybrid was better, or just like had a better matchup, so they all shifted to like Purple Hybrid.
Yeah, there's a slightly better option.
Lord Nightmon was not good. It was a glass cannon, and it had some very horrendous matchups, all of which were hybrid decks.
And they were very meta.
Yeah. Like, you basically lose to any deck that doesn't have a board that you can abuse. And you just lose to removal real hard. Like, you get set back so far. I think the Gallantmon hype is fake. I think that deck is just not... I don't think it's going to push it over the top.
I think it is. I think it will literally only see results because of the number of representatives playing it.
I think you're right. It will see results because of the number at the beginning of the format, like for the first like big event.
Oh yeah, and then it'll fall off.
Yeah, but it'll just be like people will be like, "Oh, this deck sucks." Like I'm getting touched by this tier 1 strategy still, even though I have this guy that's nowhere near as good as Magnax as my top end. And obviously none of the other decks from this set. I think the biggest effect on the meta from this set is literally Medieval Gallantmon.
Yeah. What about you, Brandon?
Bad set, bad. No meta shift. Bad set, bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not. Nothing is. It's crazy because of the medieval Gallantmon. The most play it's going to end up seeing is in Mother.
In Mother. Yeah. Yep.
Dr. Fab 671. Need to do some testing to see if the new Omni X is actually useful for Ancient Omni or just a cute interaction. But if I'm reading correctly, BT20 Omni X when digivolving can trigger Miraculous Mega Knight to get a second Omnimon. Seems pretty good because with the BT17 tie and mat on your board, you can digivolve into Omni X, wipe the board, trigger Miraculous Mega Knight to evolve into Omni. End of turn, give Omni X rush attack for 2 security. End of turn, BT17 tie and mat make the second Omnimon, do 2 checks. That's not how it works. 4 checks with ideally no chance for getting aced after the 2 board wipes, but typing it all out makes me worried. It needs too much setup. So
we did not do card reveals today. So I mean, I'm assuming we've all read the Omni X because
let me
saw
read it again real quick.
Yeah, I have it pulled up. If you want me to read it out to you real quick.
Yes, please.
Okay, so first things first, digivolve on top Omnimon for 2. Raid Piercing Blocker. On play, when Digimon, or when digivolving, Win Digimon.
Win Digimon.
Thoughts? If Omnimon or X antibody is in the sources, choose one of both players' Digimon and delete all other Digimon. Then return one of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of the deck. End of your turn, once per turn, one of your Digimon may gain Rush for the turn and attack without suspending. So basically what he's saying is you Evo into Omni X, attempt to blow up one of your level 6s, Miraculous Mega Knight save it, you're still popping your opponent's board, and then your Omni comes in and clears anything that's remaining.
That is correct.
Hopefully wouldn't be anything, because that's
There's
like
no
wipe.
way they still have a board there.
That's a board wipe?
Unless you're playing
seen-
against Angels, because that actually doesn't do anything.
I was going to say, I've literally seen you with like 20 Digimon on the board before.
That's a board wipe, a bottom deck, another bottom deck, and then a pop of one Digimon, just all in one.
Yeah, that's
All right, target all that. The Minimon says you can't.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Hashtag
So
no.
unfortunately, Sean can explain why on the second part, but the extra attacks doesn't work, unfortunately.
Yeah, everything else up to that point does work, because Miraculous Mega Knight doesn't care how it's getting deleted, just that it is being leaving the field or whatever, just as long as it's not by battle. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Battle is the only thing Miraculous does not care.
Okay.
Or does care.
Yeah.
Whatever, however you say that.
Yeah, whatever words.
Words.
So yeah, up to that point, everything does work how you said it does. However, because those are both end of turn triggers, you cannot attack twice like that. They would both trigger, but you can only activate one of them to actually attack. The other one just wouldn't be able to attack because you're already attacking.
You're already in the midst of your attack.
Yeah.
You have to finish resolving the end of turns, right, before the attack actually starts going through?
Yes. All end of turn triggers that trigger like start of end of turn, everything triggers and then activates. So like your end of turn, all of them would activate. Your opponent's end of turn, if they have any, would activate before the attack actually goes through and like security checks happen.
Yeah. So to make it a little more understandable, let's say you're the Omni player and you're going up against a Death X. If you went into your Omni, didn't delete the Death X
For some reason.
and then went to swing, for some reason, and went to swing, you would attempt to swing, the Death X would see end of turn, and your Omni would be blown up before his check even went through.
Yeah.
So,
Like, let's say you had a Magna X player that evened into their Death X after gaining immunity, and then you DNA Omni'd. That's a situation where it actually could happen.
that could happen, yeah. But yeah, so the attack happens last.
Yeah, so you couldn't attack with both of them, but you could attack with one of them, and you also could clear your opponent's entire board, assuming they're not playing Angels.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Omni X looks really strong.
Yeah. Well, I think though Mechamon gets to play it out for free too.
Yeah, on your opponent's turn.
Yeah, I think all you need is Cool Boy on the board, right? Or something like that.
No, you just need the Mechamon and your sources. We'll probably
okay.
talk more about it next week whenever we do the reveals.
Yeah.
Lucid Marauder 4388. Alpha or you can Ace is a great angel. It is. It is a great angel.
It is a great. Its altar goes really hard too.
I don't think I saw
can't
it yet.
with that.
Oh, okay. Wait till you see it. I think.
I was kind of saving those for the weekly reveals.
Yeah. I think you'll like it, Sean.
JRod 12389. What cards / archetypes are you guys most excited about in BT20?
If I had
I'm
to
sure
pick
I'll find a
one-
couple things.
If I had to pick one thing out of this entire set, I would say it's probably the Omnimon support, just because it's like all I've played for the last couple months ever
It
since
is, dude.
BT17.
We should have never showed you that deck.
Honestly, really shouldn't have.
You
It has been my lover ever since.
Yeah, you were like, this is all I'm going to play for the next 6 months. I hope you guys know that.
I'd have to take a look at the entire set again, but I'm pretty sure I'll find 2 or 3 things I'll want to
I
play.
have it pulled up. I can list a couple things. Like, it's got Perperial, it's got the Alpha, it's got the Jess, it's got Examon. Examon, actually, yeah. I'm real excited for Examon. Seedramon stuff. Leomon, quotations. Luga, Tamagotchi. The Invisible John Cena.
Chaosmon Turbo.
That.
The Invisimon deck, maybe by the time we get it, I might just be like, I don't really care, but that seems cool.
If I can get 4 of the alternate arts,
then you have to build the deck.
Then I have to.
Yeah. Why are you playing a 46 card deck?
Maybe the Alphamon deck.
I don't like the deck, but the Oryukumon Ace I like.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know, because Jesmon,
I don't like the support. Like, I've liked Jesmon since BT6, but like the support I'm just not a huge fan of.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. I'll have to get closer. Kyle Newey, 9278. Brandon, you complain that Sean plays Angels, but you played Ancient Omni every week. LOL, just ribbing you. I just got the Dino stuff. Can't wait to build it.
And you're right. I'll still keep ripping him for playing that deck.
Yeah.
Listen, that is how Brandon operates. He finds his deck, and then he doesn't put it down for a while.
He does not. You have played that almost every week for the past 6+ months now.
Yeah,
he has red hybrid. He literally has like max rarity red hybrid.
Just sitting there. I mean, I don't have the new ancient stuff maxed, but yeah,
that's
just
true.
Sitting there.
Are your Solarmons event packs?
No, I don't even think I play that in the deck anymore. You have so many that depends on the format, I guess. That's the one that you can't reduce play cost.
Yeah, it's not relevant right now, but it may be relevant whenever we get those new starter decks. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But I will say, like, me and Chris were exact opposites. Chris has to play a new deck every week. I just want to keep playing my deck. That's just how it is.
If I wasn't a content creator, I would find one deck and just play it every single week and just refine it every single time. Yeah, I would just find a deck and be like, this is what I'm going to play. I'm going to refine it until it's not good.
Before Angels, it would have been Magna.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
The week we had to endure Magna.
Yes. Before that, it would have been Lord Nightmon.
Correct.
Also, I can't be mad at this here Kyle Newey because he's got his little profile picture. It's the red Time Force Ranger. Man has taste. I can't be mad at him.
It's still no Eric.
Oh yeah, sorry. I don't want to be a racist.
He's not racist. He's alienist.
Alienist.
SC Marth. Angels getting unneeded support feels a lot like how it felt to have a Numemon deck in 2024. Also, the Meg is out there somewhere. I just know it.
The way what's out there?
The Meg. Talking about the Megalodon.
Oh.
It would be cool if it were out there, but it's definitely not, unfortunately.
A literal poop deck being the best deck for a while is hilarious and awesome, and only in the Digimon card game.
It is funny that they effectively only hit one card in the deck, and everyone was like, "Oh, we're not playing this."
All right, bye.
No, they hit like 3 cards.
They hit the Ukomon, which I think a lot of decks weren't even playing 4 of at that point, and they hit the Numemon X. That's the only cards they hit.
And Louis.
Yeah, but Louis was more.
They
that
really
played multiple Louis.
Not every list. The Louis hit was for the ancient BS with the Gabumon stuff.
Sean's right. I don't remember I do think that the Numemon deck had cut down its Louis to like 2.
If they even played it, some lists didn't even play Louis, and if they did, it was like a 1 of.
Yeah,
but the Ukomon was like 4 of each.
Not once we got to the point where you needed more floodgates and stuff.
Yeah, you needed more floodgates. Okay.
Like when they hit Louis, they literally said in the description of why it got hit is because it was abused with tamers that weren't once per turn.
Yeah, it was abused with BT6 bond tamers.
Yeah.
Right.
Which when we had all 4, that was.
Yeah, Brandon seems to always have his one Louis.
I mean, dude, I play blue. I draw my entire deck. What are you talking about?
That's ridiculous.
John Rose TCG. Bro, Sakuyamon is better than people give it credit for. Tau Loop is much, much more toxic and boring to play against, but regular Sakuyamon can kind of go burr. I mean, yeah, they can do stuff. Is it winning the game? It's not.
Bro, I almost won a match where I was bricked so hard I had to play my level 5s for full cost, giving my opponent 5 to 7 memory. Right? And he literally went into an entire line, did all his shenanigans, and my level 5 was still just sitting there. And it almost got me back into the game because that deck does nothing.
Like, I
literally was able to Digivolve and do... Yeah, I literally was able to Digivolve and do stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, that deck does a whole lot of, like, okay, effect, trigger, activate this, do that, and it's like, okay, but what's actually happening? Not
Nothing.
a whole lot.
Yeah, nothing.
Not a whole lot.
It's always been like that. It's like, oh, he's comboing off, he's doing stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, he checked one security, and then...
What's his inboard state?
dead.
What are we looking at? What's he doing?
One guy...
That was it?
I evoed up
He's
into
done?
this guy, and then grabbed his back from my trash and checked one of your security and unsuspended.
Okay, and? Oh, no, that's it.
That's
Oh
it.
no, that's everything.
Your turn.
It's been 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, Tau Loop is different because you abuse Ruin mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why that is good.
Yeah. If that's not banned, I might actually build it just because whenever we get that set.
Show it off on the channel.
Well, that because, it's one of my favorite cards, Ruin Mode.
You literally play like the bottom end with, I think, the Guilmon Tama, the Gigimon, and you play that promo Guilmon where it's like when attacking, draw one. So you draw 2 cards whenever attacking with it, so you can get some chip damage in, and you just keep drawing cards. Like,
So
that's
dumb.
what you're playing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Benjamin.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Benjamin Wiseman 6567. Chris, I feel for you on Ragna. I made it as consistent as possible with the Garnet boost, and it still bricks or just isn't fast enough to compete usually. Ironic. If nothing else, though, I would pull the Digimon Emperor and put in more searchers at level 4s. Also, Death Exmon is mandatory for the deck, so you don't lose quickly to decks that spam bodies. He's searchable with your memory boost, too.
Yeah, I definitely regretted the Digimon Emperors. They were in there because, you're hoping to slow down those
Play
certain
against,
decks.
Play against this guy.
Yeah, but
Really?
it turns out probably should have played more consistency boosting cards, and I agree. You probably definitely need to play Death X in that deck to help slow down the opponent as well.
Yeah. Doru3428. The main line that the Chronicle deck does is attack with level 4, use X to anybody when attacking your own effect to evo into level 5. Level 5 plays level 3 in raising and gives itself plus 5,000 DP and either immunity or security attack plus 1. Then Tamer evos level 5 into level 6. Then level 6 evos level 3 into level 4 in raising. Basically, you swing, climb, and pray to God your opponent doesn't have an ace if you didn't get the protection.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And that is why I have no interest in building that deck currently.
And you gotta just pray
Yeah.
that you can do the combo.
You just turn your card sideways and close your eyes. He also commented, with the Genkumon, you could use the new Bauhuck with Agu, that end of turn DNA under it to play Genku for 6 in total. Use Genku to Evo Bao into new Savior. Use Savior to suspend Genku to Evo into any Jess. Use Agu to end of turn DNA into GX for a 6 cost new GX. I don't remember what GX does or if that would be worth doing, but it could be an option. That is true, yeah. That's
Okay, you could do stuff with that.
yeah, you comboing over there. I see you. JJR Bennis 07. This is Ben, for those of you that don't know. He argued with me about this. I can't wait to read
The
this.
not judge.
Oh no.
The not official Judge Benjamin. We'll need new rulings on Link, but I don't think you get raid. I think you just get the plus 2k considering the orientation of the effect. Wrong, Ben. I told you. I literally explained this to him, which I could be wrong, but I'm pretty confident I'm right. I still don't know if we have an official thing on this, but the way that inheritable effects are is they're underneath the Digimon name.
Mm-hmm.
The raid effect is not there. It is above the name, and it is below where it says Link in the plus 2k DP. Like,
thing.
You get that raid with the plus 2k if you link. And he went back and forth with me.
I mean, that makes sense though, right? Doesn't that just make sense that that's what that would do?
Yeah, exactly. But he's like the orientation of the effect, and he was just like it's not oriented. It's got to be an inheritable, and I'm like, it's in the different spot than every other inheritable we've ever had in this game been.
I mean, the official.
Did he have his water that day?
I don't know. I wasn't talking to him in person. We were messaging.
So, the websites that have this listed do list it as an inheritable effect.
Well, I mean, technically, it's an inheritable that you get only if you link, though. Is right, that's how I interpret it.
I don't see it as an inheritable. I see it as a link effect.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing, but, you know.
Yeah, you wouldn't get it if you evoed on top of it.
Right.
You'd only get it if you, like, paid the memory to link.
If you linked it. Yeah.
Yeah. If he ends up being wrong, I'll eat my words, but... I mean, if I end up being wrong, I'll eat my words. But I'm pretty sure I'm right and Benjamin's wrong.
If he ends up being wrong, we'll all say "nana and boo boo, stick your head in nudie."
Yeah. I'll say, I told you so. Why'd you argue with me? You're not even an official judge. Dana G1161, thank you for being a channel member. We made it to 69. Nice. Hey guys, I was wondering if y'all had any pointers going against Gallant on this set. I'm piloting Angels and Red Hybrid at the moment. Loving the content. Thank you guys.
I think you should be.
I think you
should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Red Hybrid is. Yeah, Red Hybrid is too fast for it, and
you just don't care if your stuff dies.
Yeah, and Dom Angelomon, like, what are you worried about?
Yeah. Like, cool. They
don't have access to DEVO, right? Like,
no.
Or DP neg.
They have DP neg. A Gallant X can minus 8. He can minus 8k, I think. I think that's the effect. It's not once per turn, so you can.
Yeah, it's not once per turn.
Digivolving when attacking.
Yeah, so they can kill your Angelomon.
Yeah, I guess that would be bad. But
it's not really a big deal because it's a 1-stack deck.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're immune. While you have more memory, but you just like hard play your Cherub, play something else. It's passing memory over, and you kill it then, and they're just like, oh, I think I lose, and you're like, correct, you do.
Swing, attack, Digivolve, Shadow Seraphimon.
Well, if they blitz...
No. I'm saying if the memory... Yeah, not if they blitz.
Oh, if if they don't blitz and just swing at you like a dummy, they get touched real hard.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a couple options there.
They have to play way more around your stuff than you do around their stuff.
And then Red Hybrid, just turn your card sideways.
Yeah, just turn your brain off.
Basically.
If they blow your stuff up, good.
Cool. On deletion, play Tamer.
Yeah. But you should have decent matchup into Gallant with either one of those decks. I do not make vids yet. Sean underestimating decks challenge impossible. That is correct. Those decks suck. I stand by my words. I didn't underestimate Nature Spirits. I knew what it could do. I just didn't know it was going to happen to me all in one turn when I had like 7 or 8 dudes on the field at the beginning of his turn.
You were expecting to get absolutely body womboed in just one turn.
Yeah. The deck still sucks. Just because I got touched real hard does not mean the deck is good. I also got turbo stomped by Eosmon in a 3v3 in Dallas, in a best of 1, obviously. So, like, that doesn't make that deck good. Have you seen an Eosmon stop? No. Because that deck sucks. Just because you get touched by it. Just because they high roll the bejesus out of you in one game does not make it good. Friendly Ginger 4877, episode 69. We made it.
Nice.
Go Boy TM 4676, episode 69. It's been quite a journey, guys.
Nice.
Mathabel 5236. The Oryukin and Angels might be crazy, but in the other hand, if your opponent outs it, it will be 13 memory XD. In its deck, I think the deck it's more gimmicky, but it's also sort of crazy that it can go from level 4 to level 6 in turn 2. While creating a second tower in the back, but it needs a lot of pieces in hand. You're assuming I would DNA into it with 2 aces? Are you wild? I would just hard play it.
Hey, he's like, hey, you know what? All in, baby, all in.
Yeah, I'm gonna DNA these 2
DNA
angels that have protection into this guy that doesn't have protection.
Yeah,
Please don't kill it.
If you're gonna DNA, it better be Giga game with no chance of it being clapped back on you.
Yes. I would just hard slam the alpha and be like, hey, if you don't deal with this, it's 3 memory every single turn. Yeah, I would never give my opponent access to overflow like that. Amateurish Author 2202, from watching some friends test the new Chronicles cards, in their opinion, old deck's antibody is still super good. Also, the Tamer and the Chronicle cards can evo your Raising Area Digimon since the Tamer sets field, and given the rules change about the battle area, can evolve a Digimon in the Raising Area.
Okay.
That is good to know.
So that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's such an odd thing.
Yeah.
But cool for them giving like new like playlines and mechanics to new archetypes and stuff, but it's very strange.
It is nice that now we can look at like cards like that and actually be like, oh, okay, cool. It has a like not a unique, but it has an interaction that we didn't actually see at the time because of that rule change.
Yeah.
Like instead of just saying the play field or whatever it's called, the play area,
yeah,
it's just saying field generically is like, oh, actually.
I wonder if you play Genai in that deck.
Genai?
Because if your opponent swings at you after you like go into one stack, but you have the other stack in Raising.
Right.
Well, I guess no, never mind. The Ace Blast DNA, you have the other ones in your hand, so never mind. I forgot about that.
I mean, you could have the level 6. You could have the level 6 in there. They swing at you and you promote it and then blast DNA anyway.
You could, yeah. They would have to
be all the way at the level 6, but
yeah, they would have to out your first deck, which I mean is probably going to happen if they're playing a good deck.
Probable, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Hachiko42, thank you for being a channel member. Nice of Brandon joined from his Turkish prison cell. I laughed out loud when I read this. Because I went back and looked, and I was like, how bad did it look? And at one point, you were laying on a bed. They looked like it was made out of, like, steel bars. With a nondescript yellow paint on the walls.
Well, it was white, but the way the camera picked it up. Like, these walls are white, but yeah.
Not from where I'm standing.
Yeah, they look pale yellow.
They did allow Brandon out of jail.
Yeah. I thought that comment was so funny.
Yeah, I got internet coming up to my new house Friday, so hopefully for the next pod I'll be in my new place.
Yeah, like Brandon, my walls are white.
Yeah, it's still lighting. Like she has
the natural light.
Little caps on the bulbs on top of it being not a fluorescent. But an incandescent, I think they are. The ones that give, like, yellowish light off. The natural light? Yeah. So it's that on top of the thing that they're projecting out of is a soft yellow. Yeah. So it gives off a yellow hue to the whole room. Yeah, I don't like the natural light colors. My wife does. I prefer just the white as can be. Ew. Yeah. I would like things if they're, like, shades of gray. I like gray. Gray is very appealing to my eyes. I'm talking about light bulbs, man. Oh, I thought we were talking about wall color. No. I was talking about light bulbs. If we're talking about light bulbs, yeah, just give me the straight light. Don't add any color to it. Yeah, I don't like that yellow stuff. Okay, I will agree with you on that. I thought we were talking about wall color. Okay, I was so confused. I was like, what bulbs are you buying? Not bad. I'm colorblind, dude. I just like shades of gray everywhere. Shades of gray. That was the last one. Yeah. Oh, okay, nice. Turkish prison cell, dude. That had me going. That got me good, dude. I was... Oh, no. Why didn't anyone tell me I was Sean tonight? What? Oh, you had the little cowlick? Yeah, I had like a hair, a random thing. I thought you saw my Superman shirt. I thought you saw my Superman shirt and was just like, I want a little lip. Hey, embrace it, dude. That's what I do. Yeah. I mean, you didn't see me like completely fix my hair before this even started. I took like 3 minutes to fix my hair. I wonder how many people think that I just have like bed head and I just don't bother fixing it. Well, I mean, yeah, we normally do this like first in the morning, so you're like just getting out of bed. Not bed, but like it's early enough in the morning where it's probably not a thing.
John is literally rolling out of bed into his seat, and
I shower before we do it.
Okay, so then you have no excuse to have a bedhead. Like what?
Exactly, I don't have bedhead. That's my point, Brandon. My hair grows
There's
like
been
this.
a couple times where you have looked a little. Ugh.
You mean like the time my AC was out? I did not shower that morning, I don't think.
Yeah. Looked like you crawled out of a dungeon that day.
I discovered that if I shower, I'm just wet the rest of the day because it's so humid in the house that the water was not evaporating off my body.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yes.
God, he looks even worse now.
Go ahead, Brandon. Finish it up.
Yeah, do the thing. God.
Yeah, I'll do the thing if it means I have to stop looking at him.
Gonna throw you back in your Turkish prison cell.
Nice.
Excellent.
All right, cool. I am going to go shower because I still don't have hot water. That's the primary reason I'm at this house.
Sag.
All right, bye.
Hopefully that gets fixed by next week.
Later. Fingers crossed.
Later.